5 minutes, 2 seconds on this drive. And they are going to go for it. Probably going to try to get the Chargers to jump at least. They do not need their timeout, so they can afford to let the play clock run down.
Joey Bosa, someone needs to get in his ear.
Exactly. Especially at the edge position. With a big back like Mixon, as physical as he is. And here we go. Texans break huddle. On a 4th and inches with Stroud under center, and he's got the first down. Quarterback sneak picks up 2 yards. And the Chargers...
well, they're in deep trouble now.
Big time. Big time, deep trouble.
That's two killer drives in this ball game. The 99-yard drive, which ended up being a 110-yard drive because of penalties. And then this one.
Yeah, this is, it's the Texans running a 4-minute drill. And it's now coming up on 6 minutes. The Chargers offense just did not have it today. It's offsides by Derwin. And they do not throw the flag, but there goes Mixon, and he's going to fall down inbounds. A smart play, another first down to the 25, and now we're under 4 minutes. That's a 12-yard gain.
Yeah, they're the more physical team today by a considerable margin.
Jim Harbaugh, I should say, uses his first timeout, I think. Clock has stopped at 3:55.
They have gashed him. C.J. Stroud has outplayed Justin Herbert.
Stroud has thrown for almost 300 yards. He's not going to throw again. Doesn't have to. 22 for 33, 282 for a touchdown and a pick. Herbert, 13 of 28, under 50%, 233 yards, a touchdown, and 3 interceptions. But Stroud, 4 carries for 44 yards.
How many times have we seen that in these big games, playoff games, games against the Kansas City Chiefs? A quarterback using his legs it's a deadly weapon.
Yeah. No doubt, Herbert does not have a single rush today. Dobbins, 9 for 26, 2.9 yards per carry. Edwards, 7 for 22, 3.1 yards per carry.
I just think
9 straight runs on this drive, DJ.
That's the body blows that we talk about with the Chargers. That was the Texans. And a lot of it because the Chargers offense couldn't stay on the field.
That's the problem.
And so this defensive front for the Chargers just got worn down. And then they've been getting gashed on the ground here.
Yeah, started with a field goal drive that lasted 5.5 minutes. Then a 1-play fumble from the Texans offense. 6 plays, 12 yards, 3 minutes on a field goal. And then the Chargers punt, interception, punt, downs, punt, interception, pick 6, interception.
Unbelievable.
That's the Chargers offense after going up 6-0. When their defense at the time had forced 4 punts and an interception of their own. And so that's interesting. Joe Mixon was out of bounds. And they did not call it. So Harbaugh has to use one of his timeouts when he should not have had to. Mixon with the handoff. Sit at the line of scrimmage. Dropped at the 31. I'm sorry, the 26. And there's Harbaugh's second timeout. It'll be a 2nd and 9. Mark him down at the 25. So that's a bad break there. They should on the replay.
Yeah, you're in a situation now where you've got to force a kick. You're going to need a touchdown, a 2-point conversion, an onside kick, recovery, touchdown, 2-point conversion. That would be the definition of an inside straight.
It seemed like the sentiment was overwhelmingly in favor of the Chargers coming into this game. They were playing their best football, specifically offensively. They had scored 34 against the number 1 scoring defense of the Broncos, hung 40 on the Patriots, scored on 5 consecutive drives against the Broncos, 7 against the Patriots, and 5 consecutive against the Raiders to finish up the season. And this is a different defense, though. It sure is. You're absolutely right about that. This is one of the best defenses in the league. 29 takeaways, 5th in the league, 19 interceptions, 2nd in the league. They get 3 of them here. allowed, I should say 49 sacks. That is fourth most on the season, and man, was it on display here. So 3:58 to go, 2nd and 10. I feel bad for all these powder blues that traveled, man. It was a great crowd to support the Chargers out here tonight. Mixon looking to bounce it, and he is stopped at the 25-yard line by Deion Henley, and that'll be Chargers call a timeout here. Now I'm looking at the board, and it looks like they may have given the Chargers a timeout back. So it shows they still have one, and that may have been on replay.
Stepping out of bounds.
Him stepping out of bounds. Yeah.
Yep.
So they did give him one back. So they will be able to call a timeout if they don't convert this third down. I mean, you're talking about a run for the Texans. A one-play fumble deep in their own territory. Punt, interception, punt. And the Chargers can only get 3 points off all of that. I mean, they had an opportunity to absolutely pour it on in this game the way their defense was playing early, and the offense just could not match the defensive intensity.
No, they couldn't put them away.
And a lot of it was miscues. And really just didn't look like Charger football, to be honest with you. Just running the ball, playing physical, kind of got away from that early. You were talking about it. DJ just kind of throwing the ball. On the 3rd and 9, and Mixon going to dive for it, and he will be 2 yards short, a yard short. Harbaugh calls his final timeout. 3:47 left. It'll be a 4th and 1.
I mean, if you're the Texans offense, you tempted just to run it here and try and put it away?
I mean, the offense is on the field.
I mean, they haven't shown any ability to stop you. And the quarterback sneak, you got it with ease.
Let's see what...
everybody in the stadium knew they were going to run the last play, and they got a chunk.
Yeah, this is less than a yard. They absolutely will go for it. They need to get to the 16-yard line, and it's halfway between the 17 and 16. So you're talking about inches.
Yard. If nothing else, it's worth it to try and get them to jump off sides at the very least.
Yeah, they still have 2 timeouts left.
I mean, they're trying to finish this game with their offense out on the field. That would be impressive when they got the ball back.
No doubt.
10 minutes, is that what was left on the clock? Yeah.
Over 10 minutes, yeah. We are now at 6 minutes, 51 seconds on this drive. It has gone 13 plays and 57 yards. So 4th and 1, Stroud under center again. And Mixon, stiff arm, into the end zone. Touchdown, Texans. That'll do it. A 30-burger.
Well, that was a butt kicking.
It sure was.
That was everybody in the stadium on that drive knew you were going to run the ball. They didn't put the ball in the air, did they, on that entire drive?
One time out of 14
just shoved
plays.
It down their throats, and that was a stiff arm on Deion Henley and off to the end zone.
And that puts Joe Mixon over the 100-yard rushing mark. He certainly earned that. A game in which the Chargers were favored by 3.
They got the doors blown off.
Sure did. Extra point is good. And that makes it 32-12 with 3:42 to go. 0 timeouts. Everything that could go wrong has gone wrong. I feel I get it with the defense. That was not the best looking drive, but
they were hung out to dry.
Absolutely. I mean, you're talking about that last drive was a one-play drive, basically, an 86-yard connection from McConkey to McConkey from Herbert. So it's not like the defense got any rest anyway.
Where are we at on time of possession at this point in time?
31-24. 31-42 to 24-36 Texans. And again, in the first quarter, it was 12-3.
I never felt better for a game. I thought this matchup was a good matchup for the Chargers.
And it looked like at the start of the game.
Yeah. But every concern that you might have on the roster was exposed in this particular ball game. I give credit to the Houston Texans. They were better offense, defense, and special teams.
Absolutely.
Across the board.
Blocked extra point. Fairbairn made his field goals. And they trailed 6-0 with about 5 minutes left when they began their drive in the second half. Davis trying to make something happen. Nope, he'll take the knee. 3:42 to go. Shannon, what do we got down there?
Look no further for a class act, guys. Derwin James right now. This is probably the first time we haven't seen him smiling on this sideline all season long, but making his way down this bench, shaking hands, making eye contact with each and every guy here on this bench, saying, good job, you did okay, you did great, we're going to get him, we will get him.
Thank you, Shannon. No doubt. You would expect nothing less from Derwin. And, man, what a turn of events that could have been, right? That interception. That was wiped away. Herbert in the shotgun. Throws. McConkey slides down at the 40. Just shy. It'll be a 2nd and 1. 3:30 and counting.
He might be at 200.
He's close. He's about 3 yards short from a 200-yard receiving game, with Herbert throwing for 240. Herbert throw again. Goes left sideline. There's Q. He gets drilled. That's drops.
The third ball he's had his hands on that he didn't bring in today.
He's got 5 targets and no catches, DJ.
He got crunched, but that ball was dropped before he got hit.
Yeah. That's coming off basically a 13-target, 13-catch game last week. And now 5 targets, 0 catches. It was first down, had to pick it up. So he's going to get right back on it, running with tempo. 3:11 to go. Down by 20. It's a hell of a regular season, heck of a regular season. And it just went sideways on him here in the wild card.
That's offsides. How do you not call offsides up there at the top?
And Herbert incomplete to Disley. That's what Slater's saying. He's like, how is that not an offside?
They're saying that was a fumble. Yeah, he got hit his hand. What are they doing here?
Pass, 2nd down.
Yeah, that wasn't a fumble.
His arm was definitely going forward, but how do you miss the offside? I mean, the game's over, but that's an offside by 3 yards.
2nd and 10 from the 44. Texans by 20. They will advance. And, of course, the NFL recedes. So it depends on what happens tonight with the Steelers and the Ravens. Herbert has time. Goes downfield. Looking for Chark. Intercepted. Stingley. That is 3 interceptions on the regular season and 4 in the wild card game.
That's a heck of a corner, too. Their corners played their butts off.
No doubt.
Stingley got a pair.
How about that? Stingley got a pair. You had a pick 6 out there. Again, 3 interceptions in the regular season, 4 in this wild card game.
Well, Stingley was tied for 2nd in receptions with the Chargers today. That sums it up.
How about that? Perfectly put, DJ.
He had more receptions than the Chargers' 2nd receiver.
Yeah. Yeah, Will Disley with 2.
I mean, if he, as a tight end, but as a receiver, they didn't have a receiver caught 2
DJ
balls.
Chark 1, Darius Davis 1. Quentin 0 on 5 targets. Stroud hands to Pierce. Nice job by Junior Colson. Makes the play to stop him at the 35 for a gain of 2. And that is going to take us to the 2-minute warning. And after that, it's a formality.
Well, we'll have time in the postgame we can talk about going off into the future, but got to get Justin Herbert some help.
Yeah. I'll tell you, man, I did not think we were going to have that conversation today, DJ. I was excited about what the future held based on how well this team had played, how confident they felt running around, walking around the hotel, so focused, talking to Coach before the game and where his head was. And here we are, 32-12, Texans at the 2-minute warning after Herbert's 4th interception of the game. We'll be back, make this one official, 32-12 Texans on the LA Chargers Football Network.
I swear, everywhere I go, when I pull up in my Hyundai Ioniq 6, people just lose their minds. They're like, oh my God, that car. It's like a celebrity. And I tell them all about it. Range of up to 361 miles. Can charge from 10% to 80% in as little as 18 minutes. I just realized I think I'm my car's personal publicist. Hyundai's most electric EV lineup changes the way you look at and feel about EVs, specifically Hyundai EVs. Learn more about Hyundai EVs at HyundaiUSA.com. Call 562-314-4603 for complete details.
Ticketmaster, the official ticket marketplace of the Chargers and the NFL. Ticketmaster's got the best way to take it to the house when it comes to being there live. They're the safest and most convenient marketplace to score fully verified Chargers tickets. And even if your plans get turned over, Ticketmaster gives you more flexibility to sell your seats. Want to meet up inside the stadium with your crew? Transferring your tickets is an easy handoff. So get those touchdown celebrations ready and score your tickets today at Ticketmaster.com/Chargers.
It's a new year, and some things never change. Like my good looks. Now your top reasons to visit Morongo.
Glow into the new year. Save $100 on our age-defying Hydra Spa facial at Sage Spa.
Number 2.
New Year gift giveaway. Get a Brentwood Hot Pot when you earn 500 points on your rewards card for 14.
And the number 1 reason.
Just hilarious. Live this Saturday. Get tickets now.
Morongo. Good times.
At UCLA Health, discovery and innovation lead to the best care. Our doctors and nurses work tirelessly every day to bring you the best experience so you can live your best life. It's why we're consistently ranked as a top hospital nationwide for 35 consecutive years by U.S. News and World Report. Go to uclahealth.org to schedule an appointment today at one of our over 280 locations right here in Southern California. Once again, that's uclahealth.org.
Interception.
Another strip sack.
This is the LA Chargers.
Here's Matt Money Smith and Daniel Jeremiah.
Well, it's a 2-minute warning. This is 2nd and 8 for the Texans. Probably just take a couple knees here. Don't want to risk anybody getting hurt. Our game is presented by UCLA Health, keeping you on top of your game. They break huddle, though. An offset eye. Stroud under center. And handoff to Pierce. Pierce picks up the first down. Gilman able to drop him, and that'll be it. They'll now be able to kneel it out.
Copyright of this broadcast owned by the National Football League and the LA Chargers. All rights reserved and any rebroadcast.
It's a Texans team that knocked off the Bills, that won their division for the 2nd consecutive time, that had a C.J. Stroud that put on an absolute clinic in that Cleveland game in the wild card round last year, 16-21 for 274 yards and 3 touchdowns. They routed the Browns 45-14.
If I'm the Texans and Nick Caserio, as excited as I am, I'm sitting here thinking we just won a playoff game by 20 points in a dominant fashion. Can you imagine if we had Tank Dell and Stephon Diggs still on our team right now,
exactly.
And Jalen Petrie and some of the other losses that they've
Jim
suffered?
Ward. Yeah, they were down their 1 and their 2 nickelback, down their number 2 and their number 2.5 receiver in Tank Dell and Steph Diggs. They had 11 different offensive line combinations this season.
Their stars were stars today.
No doubt. C.J. Stroud makes it official. That's it. Chargers season has come to a close. It was a heck of a regular season. 11 wins. Felt so good coming into the postseason. But for as far as they may have outperformed expectations, turns out they showed up into the playoffs with high expectations. And that's where they came up way short as Coach Harbaugh and D'Amico Ryans exchange handshakes there at midfield. A tough game for Justin Herbert. Career high, 4 interceptions. Under 50%, 14 of 32. And he is quickly running into the locker room. As is Derwin James. Derwin still with his helmet on, Same with Herbert.
Yeah, that one's going to hurt.
It is. It's going to be a rough flight home. This team was so excited about what they had coming into this game. And leading 6-0 until the final minute of the first quarter when they trailed 7-6.
After watching this offense the last few weeks, if you told me they were going to score one touchdown in this game,
I would never believe you. That is the reality. And, man, when it ends in a hurry. And it does not feel good. We'll come back, break it all down. Chargers 11-6 on the season, but 0-1 in the playoffs. And we look to 2025 regular season. They lose to the Texans 32-12 on the LA Chargers Football Network.
Ever notice all the beeping sounds at most burger restaurants? There's beeping microwaves and beeping timers. What the is that all about? At Habit, we didn't get voted number 1 by f***ing around with all those machines. Because all we need is a grill full of char and a chef full of fire. Using top-notch ingredients doesn't hurt either. But beeps in our kitchen? No way. Habit Burger and Grill Double Char voted number 1 based on USA Today 10 Best Reader's Choice 2024 Awards for Best Fast Food Burger.
Sometimes your phone breaks.
Ugh.
Dude. What the... Oh, seriously? Hey, life happens. But at Verizon, we got you. Trade in any phone from our top brands in any condition and get a great deal on iPhone 15 with an unlimited ultimate plan. And turn...
No!
Into... Oh, yeah! Only on Verizon.
Yamava Resort and Casino at San Manuel continues to be California's #1 entertainment destination as we start your 2025 off right with the biggest names in folk, rock, and country music. Grab your tickets for indie rock superstars The Killers as they play all their popular tunes on February 18th. Pop superstars and radio hitmakers The Lumineers grace the stage on February 22nd. And country legend Reba McEntire performs March 20th. Details at Yamava.com. Must be 21 to enter.
Looking for the perfect present this holiday season? Give the gift of Chargers season tickets. That's right. 2025 Los Angeles Chargers season tickets are on sale now. Lock in the best seats at the lowest prices and be part of the electric atmosphere inside SoFi Stadium for year 2 of the Jim Harbaugh era. Every tailgate, every hit, every high five, every performance, and every memory.
To keep running. It's not just unionized workers. It's also the towns they live and work in that need the deal to go through.
Towns like ours depend on these plants.
That's a former union worker and current mayor of Clairton, Rich Latanzi. Towns like his and others in our region will all benefit from the partnership. Here's 44-year union veteran Andy Macy.
Nippon Steel has committed $1 billion in upgrades for the Mon Valley alone. Keeping U.S. Steel in the Mon Valley keeps union jobs in the Mon Valley.
U.S. Steel and Nippon Steel, the future of American steel.
Accidents don't happen on a schedule. They don't check to make sure it's between the hours of 9 and 5. And neither does the law firm of Edgar Snyder & Associates. They're available if you're heard at 10 p.m., 1 a.m., or on a Sunday. That's right, they're there for you 24/7. So if you've been injured and have legal questions, don't do late night searching and scrolling looking for answers. Just call Edgar Snyder & Associates at 1-800-94-EDGAR or head to edgarsnyder.com to chat online. The consultation is free, and as they always say, there's never a fee unless we get money for you.
Where the average Joe can buy like a pro. CGR Wholesale.
Tackle any project when you buy from CGR Wholesale Roofing and Siding Supply Center. They'll put together a game plan that's a winner every time you need materials for your project. And their new showroom is now open. Stop in to check it out and see everything you need in person. Provia Siding, Owens Corning Shingles, Trex and TimberTech Decking, and much more. They'll help you get to the red zone of your project every time. Check them out online at cgrwholesaleroofing.com.
The Pittsburgh Steelers play here on DVE.
Tonight we're thinking of the number 4. Everyone knows the Steelers have lost 4 games in a row. The Ravens have won 4 games in a row going into tonight's playoff clash. But Lamar Jackson, the Ravens' 2-time MVP quarterback, has lost 4 times to the Steelers in just 6 games. And if the Steelers can pull an upset tonight, it will be their 4th playoff win versus just one defeat against the Ravens. I'm Rob King, joined by Craig Wolfley, Max Starks, and Missy Matthews. If you're listening to the Pittsburgh Steelers Audio Network, countdown to kickoff is delivered by Little Caesars, official pizza of your Pittsburgh Steelers. Order online during the Pizza pregame and get it delivered or pick it up in store from the Pizza Portal Pickup. Pizza. Wolf, let's forget about the number 4 for just a moment and concentrate on the number 3. Too many 3 and outs for the Steelers. What can number 3, Russell Wilson and company, do tonight to get that offense back on track?
You know what it's going to take? Round 3 of the 2 trains, 1 track heavyweight trifecta series between the Steelers and the Ravens is about to kick off, and it should be a dandy, buddy. I'll tell you, to muster the ability to shake off the season and totally commit oneself to the task at hand on this very frigid night is paramount to achieving a definitive win. Look, Arthur Smith, the double chin-strap, two-fisted offensive coordinator of the Steelers, realized this when he uttered the words this past week, "Burn the boats." All right? Now, over 2,000 years ago, Julius Caesar set out to conquer England via water. Caesar found his army in disarray and preparing to retreat. Well, Caesar wasn't having any of that, okay? So he famously said, if you want to take the island, burn the boats. It was a powerful message to his men and his enemies. Total commitment to one task, one ginormous effort, requiring everything every man had to offer. To burn the boats means to leave nothing in your toolkit, nothing untried or safe for another day. To burn the boats means to make routine plays routinely, to win your 111th, and to effectively invite extraordinary performances by those capable of such things. So it is tonight. You can become legend. Leave it all on the field, be it in effort, schematics, or outside-the-box thinking. If you want to take the Lombardi Trophy home, it begins tonight. Burn the boats, men.
Sounds good. All right, let's go from the number 3 back to the number 4. Russell Wilson has the 4th most playoff wins among active NFL QBs. And Max Starks, number 4, isn't playing tonight for the Ravens. That's Pro Bowl receiver Zay Flowers. The Ravens still have quarterback Lamar Jackson, Pro Bowl running back Derrick Henry, tight end Mark Andrews. Steelers have to try to limit that attack tonight.
Yeah, they're going to have to try and win at that attack, but I think, kind of in Wolf's vein, like, this is a rubber match. So it's about who is going to do this. Derrick Henry, only 1 of 2 where he's rushed for over 100 yards. When we talk about key people being missing in that previous contest, Deshaun Elliott, Larry Ogunjobi, Dante Jackson, just to name a few of the faces that weren't there that are here this time around. You have to remember, number 6, along with number 25, that's a deadly duo because those are former Ravens. So it's a little extra for them. It means a little bit more. And when we talk about that, perimeter blocking and perimeter tackling was an issue in that last contest. That's why Derrick Henry had over 160 yards in that contest. And I think that gets eliminated when you add 99 back in there and 25 into this lineup. And Lamar Jackson is Lamar Jackson. But the one thing that Lamar Jackson is going to have to fight is his own mind, his own conscience, and the resounding thought that, am I good enough? And by the Steelers getting off to a quick start and pressuring him early and getting success and mitigating the third downs to third, medium to long, that's going to make that doubt creep even louder. Back to you guys.
Max Starks, who, by the way, celebrated a birthday yesterday. We've been using the numbers 4 and 3. They were part of Max's birthday. We won't tell you what order they were in, but there was a 4 and a 3 in there for Max's birthday. So Max's birthday yesterday, a wolf moon coming up on Monday. Come on.
I'm liking
the
it.
signs are pointing towards that. And Wolf, just quickly, all this talk, all the numbers, it's still Steelers-Ravens.
It is, and that's the essence of it, because there is just a viral animosity that exists between these 2 clubs, and that's what you got to love. There's no forget-me-nots. There's no, I'm sorry I cheap-shotted you tonight. This is about 2 trains, 1 track, and the best of terms that Mike Tomlin put it in, it's all about laying it on the line.
Tonight's Game Day Weather Report is brought to you by Pepsi. Hey, Steelers Nation, Steelers Game Day is here. Grab a refreshing Pepsi Zero Sugar now. Steelers watching better with Pepsi. 33 degrees. Right now, temperature should remain steady. Winds at 10 miles an hour. This is Rob King. That concludes tonight's pregame show. Kickoff is next in the Pittsburgh Steelers Audio Network.
Randy Baumann Mornings and Steelers football. This is 102.5 WDVE, Pittsburgh.
In Steel
Town, Pittsburgh football means everything. And at Century 3 Kia, our name means a great deal. Shop our all-pro lineup featuring Kia Telluride, Sorrento, Sportage, and Seltos. Make your key play at century3kia.com.
It's Craig Wolfley from my friends at Clearview Federal Credit Union. The Clearview team is here to help you score your financial goals and support our community. Clearview is always upping their game for those in need. Through Touchdowns for Hope, these pros will donate $500 to the Light of Life Rescue Mission for every black and gold touchdown scored this season. Now that's what makes a real winning team. Visit clearviewfcu.org/touchdown to learn more and open an account today. That's clearviewfcu.org/touchdown.
Sunday morning. You can smell it. Game day. And the brisket you've been smoking since last night. A day to be with family, aka fellow football fans. Traditions make Sundays easy to enjoy. Beers do too. Bud Light. Easy to Sunday, easy to enjoy. Bud Light is the official beer sponsor of the NFL. Enjoy responsibly. 21 plus. Copyright 2024 Anheuser-Busch. Bud Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
4 out of 5 exterior installations are performed incorrectly, so you need a Platinum Preferred contractor. Doing it right roofing, siding, remodeling is that Platinum Preferred contractor. With 40 years experience, they're the home of the lifetime workmanship warranty. Doing it right offers you no money down, balance on completion, and senior and military discounts. With 4 locations throughout Pittsburgh, call 724-NEW-ROOF or visit roofingcontractorpittsburgh.com. That's roofingcontractorpittsburgh.com.
Want it done right, call Doing It Right.
If you're facing a plumbing emergency, the pros at Mr. Rooter can handle any job, no matter the size, with upfront pricing and no overtime charges. They can also finance any job, big or small, and have the best warranty in the industry. Call today and mention my name, Chad Tyson, for 10% off your service.
We now pause for station identification on the Pittsburgh Steelers Audio Network.
Hey, it's Michelle Michaels. Every weekday at noon, the DBE Workforce builds the menu on the All-Request Electric Lunch at noon, right here on your radio home of the Steelers, WDBE, Pittsburgh.
The Pittsburgh Steelers Audio Network proudly presents Steelers Football 2024. Brought to you in part by 84 Lumber, a dynasty partner of the Pittsburgh Steelers. By Bet Rivers Online Casino and Sportsbook. It's a whole new game. By S&T Bank, People Forward Banking. By Bud Light, easy to drink, easy to enjoy. By South Hills Jeep, celebrating 50 years in the South Hills. By CGR Wholesale Roofing and Siding Supply Center, where the average Joe can buy like a pro. By Clearview Federal Credit Union, get the financial answers you need. By Doing It Right Roofing, Siding, and Remodeling, home of the lifetime workmanship warranty. By Steelers Pro Shop, get it direct from the team at the Steelers Pro Shop at shop.steelers.com. By UPMC, the official healthcare provider and health plan of the Pittsburgh Steelers. By Iron Workers Local Union number 3. We don't go to the office, we build it. And by First National Bank. Let's get started. Member FDIC.
This legal disclaimer is brought to you by the law firm of Bordas & Bordas, a proud partner of the Pittsburgh Steelers. Bordas & Bordas, fighting for justice.
This broadcast is copyrighted by the National Football League and the Pittsburgh Steelers for the private
At M&T Bank Stadium, the national anthem has just been concluded. A huge national flag here out in the middle of the field. They're rolling it up. We're getting ready to go. And Wolf, you know, a lot has been made about the Steelers stumbling down this stretch, and they haven't had a great finish. Well, keep in mind a couple of things. The Texans had lost 2 of their last 3. They crushed the Chargers today. A lot of people were picking the Chargers to win that game. The last time the Ravens won the Super Bowl in 2012, they went into the playoffs having lost 4 of their last 5 games. So it's a brand new slate right now.
Anybody that's played the game, been around the game for any period of time, understands one thing, and that's real simple. It can all turn around on the very next snap. The very next game, very next snap, you never know. And so tonight is an opportunity to wipe and get the stench, as Mike talked about, off of you. But even more important, it's about putting your foot down and getting yourself positioned to get into the playoff run.
Also want to point out quickly, Spencer Anderson is starting. Mason McCormick, broken left hand. He will not be playing today. Game time decision. Spencer Anderson will start at right guard for the Steelers. against the Ravens. Let's go downstairs now where referee Alex Kemp has the captains. They're out at the field, and we're getting ready for the coin toss as we get ready for this wild card matchup between the Steelers and the Ravens. Third time they're meeting in the last 9
Welcome
weeks.
to the playoffs, gentlemen. Pittsburgh, as a visiting team, you'll call the coin. That's the head. That's the tail. What's your call, Pittsburgh? Heads. Heads is a call. Heads is a call. It is a head, you win. You want the ball, which way you want to go? Stay just as you are. Pittsburgh won the...
This is The Drive with Dale Lally and Matt Williamson on your 24/7 home of the black and gold. SNR, Steelers Nation Radio.
Marlon Humphrey, and the safeties Kyle Hamilton and Ardarius Washington. And we will see a good deal of Nate Wiggins, the first-round draft pick, out on the field tonight as well. And coming out of the tunnel right now as the legend of the game, it's potential Hall of Famer Terrell Suggs. T-Sizzle and the great multi-year All-Pro guard Marshall Yonda are finalists. And they will find out the week of the Super Bowl if they will be in this year's Hall of Fame class.
Marshall Yonda was a real deal. I mean, I love T-Sizzle, but Marshall Yonda was one of the best players at his position in this time frame.
Justin Tucker has teed the ball up. Jaylen Warren is deep. Tucker's kick, a low kick that will bounce at the 5, scoots into the end zone and out of the end zone. That'll be a touchback at the 20-yard line. That's right. Brilliant kick by Tucker as he split the 2 returners.
It's Randy Bauman from the DVE Morning Show, and DVE is your radio.
Good strategy move.
Absolutely. Chris Horton, great job as special teams coordinator.
Website, but you have to.
The Steelers will start at their 20-yard line. The reason for that is the ball hit inside what is called the landing zone from the goal line to the 20, and then went out of the end zone for a touchback. Russell Wilson will start in the shotgun. He wants to throw on first down, quick release, and it is dropped by his tight end, Pat Freiermuth, on the far sideline at the 25-yard line. It is cold, and you can see the breath vapors already rising from the players' helmets. Kickoff temperature, 29 degrees. Wind chill at 17. The wind is roughly 8-10 miles an hour, but it is gusting at times, 15 to 18 miles per hour. You can see the flags moving conspicuously atop the goalposts. 2nd and 10 for the Steelers. Wilson to throw. Another quick release. Pass complete to his tight end. That's Darnell Washington, and he'll stretch the ball to the 29-yard line for a 9-yard gain.
Yeah, Darnell Washington is a big tight end in the National Football League.
He's listed as 6'7", 270. I was talking to some members of the organization for Pittsburgh. They said he's more like 305. He is massive.
Yeah. There's no way he's 280. He was eating a lot of chicken and a lot of turkey and a lot of holiday food. He's a lot bigger.
3rd down and less than 1 for the Steelers. Jaylen Warren in the backfield. Russell Wilson in the shotgun. Give us to Warren, running along the left hash mark, and he will be able to pick up the first down to the 33-yard line. And that time the Steelers brought in Justin Fields at quarterback, and we anticipate that we'll see a lot of that package because Fields is the more, he's got the younger legs. He can run better than Russell Wilson at this point. Wilson in his 13th season.
Yeah, and the offense really hasn't been going anywhere the last 4 weeks with Russell Wilson getting back there, so don't be surprised if Field comes out there more often.
Wilson comes back, sets in the shotgun. 1st and 10 Steelers at the Pittsburgh 33. Ravens, 5 defenders stretched along the front. Wilson drops to throw. Has time, drifting left, throws incomplete to Mike Williams at the 38-yard line. Well covered by Marlon Humphrey.
And it's kind of, Russell Wilson likes to throw outside the numbers more than he likes to throw inside the numbers, which is not normal for most quarterbacks in the National Football League.
Wilson in his
fakes right now, looking back to the left, looking, is going to throw underneath and incomplete, intended on the crossing pattern for Mike Williams. Good coverage underneath by Marlon Humphrey. It'll be 2nd and 10.
And it looked like Russ was going through his progressions, doing a good job of it. Didn't get panic, no reverse pivot out, things that kind of caused him some problems. But it looked like Mike Williams was in a position where he was trying to throw the ball away from danger, and Mike didn't get it.
Remember, he had a route jumped here.
Yep.
And a pick 6 by the Ravens, so made sure that wasn't going to happen. Now 2nd and 10, Wilson under center for the first time. Has Harris as the lone setback. Tightly bunched formation here. Gets a snap, gives to Najee Harris off right guard, bounces it, and then his hit is going to struggle forward from the 35 to about the 37. So hit right at the 35, but able to pick up a couple more, get 3rd and about 6 here for the Steelers.
Brings down Russell Wilson close to the 40-yard line, shy of the first down, and the punt team is forced on for Pittsburgh.
Great coverage on the back end.
Wilson back, looking, surveying. Now he's going to step up, looks to run, tries to step out of a tackle, lunges forward to the 40, but he's going to be tripped up there, well short of a first down, and the Steelers will be forced to punt it away as the tackle was made by Kyle Van Noy.
It's a shame because this was enough time. You got enough time in the pocket. When you look at this and you try to look and see who's open, well, you got one crossing route, but he's still receding. He's not at the top of his drop. And Russ was just at that point trying to scramble, get anything positive.
Corliss Waitman back to punt. Steven Sims is back deep. Sims, of course, a Steeler in 21 and 22, only has one postseason punt return, and he took it to a touchdown for Houston last year. He bobbles this one over his shoulder back to the 1-yard line, picks it up, is taken down there by James Pierre. Skoranek hit him around the 3, and Pierre finished him off at the 5, 54-yard punt. And again, a muff. The Ravens recovered it, but they are pinned deep. 11:58 remains in the first quarter from M&T Bank Stadium. Steelers football continues scoreless between the Steelers and Ravens.
For the last 47 years in a row, Ford F-Series have been America's best-selling trucks. The trucks that move mountains also move trailers, wood piles, and snow drifts, work days and weekends, job sites and campsites. F-150 and Super Duty never stop working, just like you. Ford F-150, official truck of the Pittsburgh Steelers and Pittsburgh's best-selling trucks.
All right, what's the best way to bank? At FNB, we think it's best left up to you. It's an approach we call clicks to bricks, and it means an unbeatable experience no matter how you bank. Whether you want friendly, in-person guidance at your local branch, convenient access to video ATMs across the region, or a cutting-edge app on your phone, the choice is yours. Let's get started at fnb-online.com. FNB member FDIC.
With more than 15,000 cardiac procedures performed in the last 5 years, UPMC is a leader in the field of cardiac care.
We've been first to use advanced technologies for heart valve disease, for aortic disease, for coronary disease. The work that the heart team here at UPMC does is truly life-changing. We want to be the pioneers and continue to innovate in the world of heart disease.
Your heart care matters. Visit upmc.com/heart to learn more.
Trust Doing It Right Roofing, Siding, Remodeling, celebrating 40 years of excellence. Family owned, Doing It Right offers no money down in their home of the lifetime workmanship warranty. With over 700 5-star reviews and the original Owens Corning MVP, you'll receive the trusted, experienced service that your home deserves. With 4 locations throughout Pittsburgh, call 724-NEW-ROOF or visit roofingcontractorpittsburgh.com. Call 724-NEW-ROOF or visit roofingcontractorpittsburgh.com.
Want it done right, call Doing It Right. Steelers football happens here. The Pittsburgh Steelers Audio Network.
At M&T Bank Stadium, the Steelers had the first possession of the game, did pick up a first down, but then had to punt it away after they failed to pick up a second first down. Punt was muffed by Sims, and then the crowd here thought there should have been a face mask. Maybe they were right on Ben Skoranek. They didn't get the call, and so the Ravens have the ball at their own 5-yard line, set on the left hash, 11:58 remaining in the first quarter. As they come out, break the huddle, Lamar Jackson in the pistol formation with Henry behind him. 2 receivers tightly bunched to the left. Ricard is the tight end to the right side. Now a man in motion across the formation is Bateman. The turn, the give to Henry. Henry starts left, cuts back right. Is hit hard. He looked like he had some room there, and Landon Roberts clobbered him at the 9.
Well, we saw Landon Roberts at the pregame meal at the hotel. I remember saying to E, I said, hey, how about a big bang? Give us something to yell about. Well, we're yelling now. That was a big bang by Landon Roberts. Need that hit.
Ooh, that was a good, solid hit. And give him a little over 3 yards. Second and a long 6 here as Jackson breaks the huddle in the shotgun formation and gets a snap, and that was all completely off from the beginning, and this is going to be a penalty you would assume against the Ravens here for a false start.
Oh, yeah. Maybe a little
false start. Offense number 79.
Make sure that you paying attention to yourself.
To the goal.
Playing within the rules, the confines of the rules. You don't want to be one of that.
Jackson under centers. He gets a snap on a 2nd and 11. Back to pass and throws underneath. It is complete to Likely. The tight end Likely steps out of one tackle by Queen and lunges forward to the 12-yard line. Going to be a couple yards short, and it'll bring up a 3rd and about 2.5 or so here for the Ravens.
If you want to talk about hidden yardage, Isaiah Likely is one of those guys that comes up with hidden yardage. I would actually call him Isaiah Sneakily. I mean, the guy is very sneaky and tight end delays, getting out into the flat area, doing whatever he can do. But he is a good receiver and does a good job at what he does.
Having a career year. Again, no Zay Flowers in this formation. Andrews is to the left, 3 receivers to the right. Jackson in the shotgun. He has Justice Hill to his left. Approaching 10.5 minutes remaining. The give off. No, it's going to be kept by Jackson. Jackson is able to pick up the first down. Well, he fooled me, fooled a couple Steelers. Looked like Justice Hill had it, but Lamar kept it. Picks up 4 yards and a first down out to the 17-yard line.
And that's the wizardry of Lamar Jackson and his 3-card Monty stuff. I mean, this is what you see. You got that. You fake it deep into the belly of the back, and then boom, come off of that. And now you're out in the flats there. Minka Fitzpatrick was out there along with Peyton Wilson, and they combined to hold him up. But certainly one of the things you want to do is every time he runs, Rod, you want to put him in the dirt. You got to hit him hard.
Pistol formation now, under 10 minutes remaining. Sims goes in motion left to right. Play action pass by Lamar. Steps up, wants to run, and it's going to be taken down right around the line of scrimmage. Maybe picked up a yard, jetted up the middle, and Connor Hayward was having none of it. Cam Hayward. Keanu Benton was there first.
Let me just tell you something, though. That was Captain Cam. That's Captain Cam serving up a bowl of crunch. I mean, that one hurt him. That had to hurt there. Yep. That was really nice job. He and Keanu Benton.
Benton wrapped him up, and Hayward came over the top. And
you got to give him a little business before you put him down.
Let him know he's in a football game. 2nd and 9. Justice Hill is checked in. 3 receivers to the right. Hill now motions out to the right and then comes back. He's going to get the inside handoff, and kept it again. Once again, I beg your pardon, as Lamar Jackson, T.J. Watt came crashing down. Second time we've seen the outside linebacker crash down on the give, and Lamar doesn't give, he keeps it, and he's picked up close to first down yardage, and now they're in hurry-up mode.
Here we go, no huddle.
Jackson gets the snap. And this time, he's going to keep it again. And once again, picks up first down yardage. So we have seen Highsmith twice and Watt once crashing down on the running back, and Lamar keeps it on the fake and runs to the outside.
Exactly. And they're doing, with the end man, they're doing exactly what they want to do. But you've got to be in concert with the safety and the backers, the inside backers, who also have to have supplicant roles as far as if he pulls the ball, they got to have somebody there to take him there. You've got one man crashing the mesh point, and you got to have another crashing the quarterback.
After a second consecutive first down, the ball is out at the 30-yard line. Jackson in the shotgun. And Jackson will keep again as he fakes it to Henry, moves out to the right, being chased by Elliott, slung down as he gets to the 35-yard line. Oh, the crowd roaring, but come on, he tackled him inbounds and threw him out of bounds.
Well, they're acting like he's a China doll. Lamar Jackson's a very tough hombre.
Yes, he is.
Ain't no doubt about it.
Yeah, he doesn't need any help from the nearly 70,000 fans here.
I just find that fascinating. He's fully in bounds, and they're getting all upset about Deshaun Elliott doing a nice job of wrapping him up, bringing him down.
Pickup of 4. It'll be a 2nd and 6. And maybe they wanted he's up a little high, but that's all right. No call. Shotgun formation. Jackson comes out. Now he has Henry to his right. He will split likely out. So 3 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. Jackson gets a snap. Back to pass, throws left and short underneath. It is complete. This is the first reception for Andrews. Andrews crosses the 40 out to the 41 and has enough for a first down, a third consecutive first down here for the Ravens.
And you can see right now that they are spending a lot of time and effort with Lamar Jackson carrying the ball, doing the play fakes. Now they're going to go to Mark Andrews. In the absence of Zay Flowers, Mark Andrews is one of those guys that really steps up as a multi-target guy that Lamar wants to exploit.
6 straight games with a touchdown for Mark Andrews, who had his first reception there. So on a fresh set of downs, Jackson will bring Bateman in motion left to right. And he will give to Henry off the left side. Big hole, and Henry crosses over the 50-yard line down to the 46 of the Steelers. And Deshaun Elliott makes the tackle, but it's a 14-yard pickup and a 1st and 10 for the Ravens inside Steelers territory.
Oh, that's just way too big. You got that up on the inside there, and you've got people getting blown out. You cannot, the duo blocks cannot take your defensive tackles out. You've got to hold the point, and they have not held the point there on this play, certainly.
Well, this is a dream start for the Ravens. A nice long drive to get this Steelers defense, which has spent a lot of times on the field the last couple of weeks, out there for a long time again. 10th play of the drive coming up as Lamar, actually Henry, and Henry on a direct snap, heading out to the left, weaving downfield, gets inside the 20, gets inside the 15, and all the way down to the 13-yard line of the Steelers.
Well, this is bad mojo. It's all working for the Ratbirds. The Ravens are doing a great job of coming off the line of scrimmage and blocking people. And now whether it's Lamar Jackson, it was Derrick Henry sitting there right in the quarterback spot. So there should have been an alert going on. I'm sure that they communicated it, but certainly nobody got in there and was able to make the stop in the backfield.
34-yard pickup as Jackson comes under center. He has Justice Hill as the lone setback. Jackson gets a snap, play action pass, looking, has time now, moving out to the right, lost that time as he's pursued by TJ Watt, and he throws it away. It'll be 2nd and 10.
Well, thank goodness TJ got off the block, got cut blocked, but was able to regain his feet and still hold outside leverage, so Lamar Jackson wasn't able to break into the flat there. TJ was there just enough to be able to make him throw the ball away. Good job by TJ, maintaining outside leverage. That's dangerous. He breaks outside the pocket. That is no man's land out there. And he can do a huge amount of damage out there.
12th play of the drive. It started at the Ravens' own 5-yard line. And Jackson gets a snap, going to give to Hill. Hill's going to try to bounce it to the outside, but great pursuit, chased out of bounds. It was Wilson who got to him, but other Steelers in pursuit. And it's going to be a loss of a yard or so on the play.
Well, that was a rundown blitz, and they did a nice job of penetrating, getting up the field, which you've got to do. And you've got to make sure that you are in position and nobody overruns their gap responsibilities. Your run fits are everything. You got to be there. Be there for your guys.
Well, they'll call this a loss of 2 back almost to the 15-yard line. So we're going to call it 3 now. 3rd and 13 from the 15-yard line. Under 5 minutes remaining in the first half. For the first quarter, I beg your pardon. Jackson has Justice Hill to his left, gets a snap, back to pass, looking, has time, throws over the middle of the field, in the end zone, has a man, touchdown, Baltimore Ravens. And it is Rashod Bateman, and that is not a good sign because the Ravens are 8-0 when he scores a touchdown, and he scores there way too much time for Jackson to survey there.
There was indeed too much time, and I'd rather you don't repeat that.
No, it's not a good stat.
That stat there. But here's the thing about it. You got Rashod Bateman. He's on the outside running a crossing pattern. He beats Dante Jackson to the inside, and it was all over. Too much time.
So Tucker on to try the extra point to make it a 7-0 lead. 4:45 remains here in the first quarter. Here's the snap. Here's the kick. That kick is up, and that kick is good. A 13-play, 95-yard drive for the Ravens. Took 7 minutes and 13 seconds. With the score, the Ravens 7, the Steelers nothing. This is the Pittsburgh Steelers Audio Network.
It's Greg Wolfley from my friends at Clearview Federal Credit Union. The Clearview team is here to help you score your financial goals and support our community. Clearview is always upping their game for those in need. Through Touchdowns for Hope, these pros will donate $500 to the Light of Life Rescue Mission for every black and gold touchdown scored this season. Now that's what makes a real winning team. Visit clearviewfcu.org/touchdown to learn more and open an account today. That's clearviewfcu.org/touchdown.
Black and gold are the colors that not only honor our city, but our sports. Together, we're proud sponsors of two-a-days, dedication, comeback wins, excitement, losing your voice, and passion. We are black and gold. We are Ford, the official truck of the Pittsburgh Steelers.
I'm Jamie Bordas. At Bordas & Bordas, we're a proud partner of the Pittsburgh Steelers. Why? We understand and share many of the same Pittsburgh values: toughness, hard work, dedication. At the end of the day, the people who count on us care about one thing: results. That drives us, and it's why we win.
Bordas & Bordas, fighting for justice.
Where the average Joe can buy like a pro. CGR Wholesale.
You win every time you buy from CGR Wholesale Roofing and Siding Supply Center. The team there is your first line of defense. They'll help you save time and money with their powerful fleet of delivery trucks, and their new showroom is now open. Score big with Provia Siding, Owens Corning Shingles, Trex and TimberTech Decking, and more. They've got everything you need under one roof to get you to the red zone. Check them out online at cgrwholesaleroofing.com.
This is your AM home of the Steelers, Fox Sports Pittsburgh. We now pause for station identification on the Pittsburgh Steelers audio network. This is your AM home of the Steelers, Fox Sports Pittsburgh, 970 AM, WBGG, Pittsburgh.
Back at M&T Bank Stadium, not the start the Steelers wanted. They get a first down, then punt it away after their second set of downs, and the Ravens go 95 yards on 13 plays, 7 minutes and 13 seconds. Touchdown pass from Lamar Jackson to Rashod Bateman on third down. Third down conversion's a big part of that too. Baltimore 3 for 3 on third down on that drive. And now the kickoff by Tucker sails into the end zone, and the Steelers will have the ball at the 30-yard line as we head downstairs to Max starts. Max?
All right, guys, like you said, I mean, one of the biggest things in that drive was backside containment. In man on the line of scrimmage on the backside always plays contained. They're not supposed to be the ones closing down on the line of scrimmage. That's why Lamar Jackson pulled it. So they got to be more disciplined in their lane, rush lane responsibilities. Offensively, got to get the yips out of you. Pat Freiermuth and company got to be sure when you're catching the football. Don't think about the run after the catch. Think about just catching it. Back to you guys.
Max, thank you very much. Wilson under center. He has Warren as the lone setback. In motion goes Jefferson right to left. Snap. And now they're going to go flea flicker. And Russ Wilson pump fakes, and Wilson is going to be taken down for a sack. Look, he had his arm hit when he was trying to throw the ball and had to bring the ball down, and is sacked back at the 26-yard line.
Well, that was Michael Pierce. As I've called him before, 10 pounds of potatoes and a 5-pound sack. That is a massive human being in a maxed out space. But he was able to get in there and be able to get after Russ and put him on the ground.
Yeah, it looked like a blitzing. Might have been Hamilton who got a piece of the arm.
Somebody got his arm early.
Yeah, or it was Humphrey coming out of the slot corner position. Now Wilson steps to the line of scrimmage, 2nd and 14, 4 minutes left in the first quarter. Gets a snap, back to pass. Looking right now, dancing, and goes out to Warren in the flat. Warren crosses the 30-yard line, gets out to about the 33, heads straight up the field, but it's still going to bring up a 3rd and about 7. Got about 7 yards back there, Wolf.
He did indeed. Now they got to make the most of it, and unfortunately right now the Steelers just seem to be a little bit out of rhythm. I like the fact that they went with something surprise, a little trickeration, a little gadgetration there, but it didn't work out. But that doesn't mean it was a bad thing to do. It puts the Ravens on notice that Mike is pulling out all the stops.
Empty set, and now Warren will motion back to the left side of Wilson. 3 receivers to the right, 1 to the left on a 3rd and 7. 3:15 and counting remaining first quarter. Wilson gets the snap back. Looking right, going to throw there to Freiermuth. Hit as he makes the grab. Tries to stay on his feet. Lunges forward. Is not going to pick up the first down. He's going to be stopped a couple of yards short, right around the 38-yard line. It's 3 and out, and here comes the punt unit.
Well, again, that was a good route by Pack. And I'm glad to see Tuckett. Good job. You battle 1, 2, 3 guys. Then you got 4 and 5 coming up. But the fact is, you came up short on that, and it's that will kill you because that's going to hurt your defense in the long run.
And they just were out on the field for 7.5 minutes, and now Waitman with the punt, and this is going to take Sims back. Sims is going to let it go over his head. It lands at the 9-yard line, actually takes a Ravens bounce and kicks forward to about the 15, which is where the Steelers will down at a 47-yard punt and a 47-yard net at the 15-yard line. From M&T Bank Stadium, 2:34 remains in the first quarter. Steelers football continues with a score of the Ravens 7, the Steelers nothing.
Planting a tree, putting in a new sprinkler system, digging a trench, no matter the project. If it involves digging, Pennsylvania 811 wants to remind you to call 811 before you dig. It's the law and it ensures your safety by steering you clear of underground lines and cables you can't see running right beneath you. Remember, every dig counts. Don't let what's buried beneath the ground surprise you. Find out more at pa1call.org. pa1call.org. Stay safe. Call 811 before you start digging.
For an extraordinary advantage in sports, you need a game plan. For an extraordinary advantage everywhere else, all you need is Acrisure. With a high-tech human approach to insurance, cybersecurity, and more, Acrisure helps you take care of what you care about. That makes winning easy. See what Acrissure's extraordinary advantage can do for you at Acrisure.com.
Accidents don't happen on a schedule. They don't check to make sure it's between the hours of 9 and 5. And neither does the law firm of Edgar Snyder & Associates. They're available if you're heard at 10 p.m., 1 a.m., or on a Sunday. That's right, they're there for you 24/7. So if you've been injured and have legal questions, don't do late night searching and scrolling looking for answers. Just call Edgar Snyder & Associates at 1-800-94-EDGAR or head to edgarsnyder.com to chat online. The consultation is free, and as they always say, there's never a fee unless we get money for you.
At Hyundai, we make a big deal about the little things, like the little fact that 9 Hyundai vehicles have earned IIHS top safety picks this year, and offering a little thing called America's Best Warranty, because delivering safety and quality, pretty big deal. Visit your nearest Hyundai dealer today. Hyundai, there's joy in every journey.
Get 1.99% APR on the Santa Fe, or lease for only $289 a month, or get up to $3,500 bonus cash. Visit your local Hyundai dealer, proud partner of the Pittsburgh Steelers. Offers end February 3rd. Call 202-929-0073 for details.
We bleed black and gold. This is the Pittsburgh Steelers Audio Network.
2:34 left in the first quarter. Ravens get the ball again on their first drive. They went 95 yards, getting a Rashod Bateman touchdown. That marked the Ravens' longest TD drive in a playoff game since 2001. And in 6 playoff games, Jackson's and the Ravens' offense have actually been off to slow starts, only scoring a total of 10 points in the first quarter in all 6 games. Rob, upstairs to you.
Missy, thank you. Tonight's first half sideline reports are brought to you by BetMGM. Enter BetMGM's Decade of Black and Gold sweepstakes for a shot to win Steelers season tickets to Steelers home games for the next 10 years. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Landon Roberts flushing up to the line of scrimmage, now steps back as Lamar Jackson in the shotgun, and pressure coming. Handoff, and it is Roberts who makes a stop around the ankles of Derrick Henry, who looked like he might burst through, and if he had, Wolf, that would have been big trouble.
That looked like his big trouble percolating there. You've got 22 taking the ball, and he takes that handoff and he gets that north and south thing. You think, gadzooks, man, there's something happening here. But you know what? Out of nowhere comes Landon Roberts with a nice ankle-saving tackle.
Pickup of 1 out to, they've got this ball marked at the 21-yard line. And so Jackson in the shotgun has Derrick Henry to his right. Will bring Likely in motion back to the right. Gets a snap back, throws over the middle of the field. This is complete, and it is Anthony Miller, who had a reception for the Steelers back in 2021 and has 1 reception for the Ravens this year, called up, of course, from their practice squad because of the injury to Flowers. Out to the 26, where it's going to be 3rd and 4. Wolf, this defense really could use to get off the field.
They need to get off the field here. This would be huge. And they got that little curl route by Miller. They stopped it immediately. Good. But you know what? you got to get off the field on third down.
Shotgun snap back to Jackson. Looking out, pump fakes. He's going to loft left, and it's caught by Likely along the left sideline. Drags a man with him. That is Sutton. Gets across midfield. Leaping grab by Likely down to the 49 of the Steelers. And the Ravens are 4 for 4 on third down.
And that was rather a terrific throw, I hate to admit it, by Lamar Jackson. But he's got Cam Sutton in man coverage going across the middle, and he stretches up, makes a big grab. Isaiah Likely is kind of like one of those hidden links to offense that you don't really see overlook a lot. But he still comes up with big plays.
And this offensive line's doing a good job of protecting Lamar Jackson as well, who gets a snap. Play action pass, back to pass, looking, steps up, finds some room, and now that room closes down as Cam Hayward makes the stop after just a 2-yard pickup up the middle by Lamar Jackson. It'll bring up a 2nd and 8.
Nice job of that bull rush by Captain Cam. You leave it to the 14-year veteran, battling Pat McCarry, driving him back, is able to scrape late when you see Lamar Jackson trying to climb the pocket, and he puts him in the dirt. Nice job by Captain Cam.
Ball spotted at the 47-yard line. 20 seconds remaining here. There is a discrepancy, so the Ravens will have to run a play here before the first quarter expires. Jackson gets a snap, back to pass. Under pressure, throws to Hill. Hill tries to spin out and is taken down by Patrick Queen. A loss back across midfield and to the 49 of the Steelers. Great play by Patrick Queen will bring up a 3rd and long to begin the second quarter, and it is time now to make the switch to the second quarter. Brought to you by Northwest Bank. Score rates up to 4.5% APY on new certificates of deposit. Member FDIC. Northwest Bank for what's next. With the score, the Ravens 7, the Steelers nothing. This is the Pittsburgh Steelers Audio Network.
At Northwest Bank, we're here for what's next. The next chance to skip the trip. Thanks to Mobile Deposit, the easy way to deposit checks from your phone. The next way to split the bill. With Zelle, the app that lets you safely send money to just about anyone. Even the next contact-free shopping spree. Simply add your Northwest Visa credit card to your mobile wallet. It's all part of Northwest Checking with 3 flexible options to fit your life. Northwest Bank, for what's next. Visit northwest.com, member FDIC.
Welcome to Pond Lehocky Giordano, one of the largest workers' compensation law firms in the country. We know the playbook on injury law. It's how we've helped over 100,000 injured and disabled workers obtain benefits. And we know we can do the same for you. Even better, you don't pay a dime until we win your case. One conversation is all it takes to help you and your family get back on track. For any legal needs, give Pond Lehocky a call.
The construction industry is booming with opportunity and financial reward. 84 Lumber's Manager Trainee Program offers a pathway to kickstart your career in this thriving industry. No experience is required. 84 Lumber will teach you all the skills you need to succeed. If you're looking for a job that offers growth, stability, and a clear path to advancement, 84 Lumber is the place for you. Head to 84lumber.com/careers to check out the opportunities at one of 14 Pittsburgh area locations and apply today.
For the last 47 years in a row, Ford F-Series have been America's best-selling trucks. The trucks that move mountains also move trailers, wood piles, and snowdrifts, work days and weekends, job sites and campsites. F-150 and Super Duty never stop working, just like you. Ford F-150, official truck of the Pittsburgh Steelers and Pittsburgh's best-selling trucks.
Steelers football happens here. The Pittsburgh Steelers Audio Network.
Second quarter ready to begin with the Ravens facing a 3rd and 12 on their own 49-yard line. Here are the latest NFL scores brought to you by Clearview Federal Credit Union. Get the financial answers you need, clearviewfcu.org. And earlier today, the Chargers, everyone thought they were going to go into Houston and take care of business there. But the Texans, who'd lost 2 out of 3, were not looking good down the stretch, rolled the Chargers 32-12, a game in which they trailed 6-0, then dominated from there. So that sounds like a pretty good script. Team that wasn't playing their best ball down the stretch gives up an early lead and then starts to steamroll. Well, it would begin with a stop here for the Steelers on 3rd and 12. Jackson in the shotgun, 3 receivers to the right as he gets a snap. Back to pass, looking, throws out to the right flat. This is complete to Hill. Hill makes a move up the right sideline, but is going to be stopped short by Deshaun Elliott. And Deshaun over at the Ravens sideline let him know, yes, sir, I wasn't in this last game. I'm here now.
Exactly so. You know, that was a well-timed out screen to Justice Hill out there. Got a hit by somebody who hit what was it? Peyton Wilson. Peyton Wilson was in man coverage on him, and somebody chipped him, and it gave enough room to Justice Hill where that could have been big. If Deshaun Elliott hadn't made that hit, Gadzooks, he'd still be running.
Stout back to punt, and the Steelers have nobody back to receive here, and the Ravens tapping their helmets. I don't know what they're doing here. And were they thinking about a fake? I don't think they are now. Stout, a quick punt, just gets it out of there. Wanted to make sure it wasn't going to get blocked, and it's going to roll into the end zone. So mission accomplished by the Steelers. They get the stop, 46-yard punt, but it's only a net of 26. There is a flag down at the 3-yard line, and let's see what this is going to be. Was this possibly one of the Ravens running out of bounds on the coverage unit? That would be okay with the Steelers, I'm sure. That's Alex Kemp, but
there is no foul on the play for illegal touching. Be first down for Pittsburgh.
Well, there you have it.
Okay.
So this season, the law firm of Bordas & Bordas will make a $500 donation to the Ronald McDonald House for every sack by the Steelers defense this pre, regular, and postseason. The Steelers defense has collected 51 sacks so far, and Bordas & Bordas is on pace to donate $25,000 to the Ronald McDonald House. Bordas & Bordas, fighting for justice. So the ball is going to be spotted at the 20-yard line, right hash. There's 14:07 remaining in the second quarter. The Ravens up 7-0. Steelers defense comes up with a stop. Time now for the Steelers offense to get something done. Russell Wilson in the shotgun now is going to step up to the line of scrimmage. Two tight ends to the left. Tightly bunched formation. Najee Harris the lone setback. Wilson gets a snap. Will turn, will give to Harris. Starts right, cuts back up the middle of the field. Wrestled down by Matabike, but got close to 5 yards on that first down run.
You want to know how strong Najee Harris is? He took Nnamdi Matabike for a little bit of a ride. I mean, this guy's 300 pounds plus. He tried to bend him over backwards. Wasn't able to do it. That takes strength, core strength, leg drive, everything.
Once again, a tightly bunched formation for the Steelers, and Wilson is under center. Communicating with Ciamalo, his left guard goes back under center now. Awaits the snap. Brings Michael Pruitt in motion. Will turn, will give to Najee Harris again, starting right, cutting back to the left. Hit this time by Broderick Washington as he crosses the 25, gets out to about the 27, where it's going to be third and about 2.5 yards here for the Steelers.
Well, right now, this is a little bit of a grind them out, punch them out type thing. You want to make sure that you're giving enough time for the defense to reload here. Certainly, you've got to be able to turn this third down into a first down, and hopefully this will be the first of the no, not the first.
Yeah, they're one of three on third down. Wilson, empty set, stomps, gets the snap, throws out to the right. It's complete to Freiermuth, hit close to first down yardage by Ardarius Washington. Where's his spot going to be? And the official on the far side of the field is, it looks like, going to give it to the Steelers. Well, no, are they going to call this short? This is extremely close.
Oh, man, I thought he had it. He caught the ball, turned to the inside, got nailed by Ardarius Washington, but I thought he fell with enough of the ball.
Inches short, and let's see if they're going to get right now the punt unit is out there for the Steelers. Let's see if they can get a look at this on some sort of replay. Oh, no, his knee was down. He was definitely short. Good call by the officials. Waitman with the punt, left-footed boot. It's a high kick. Drives Sims back to his 15. He's going to let it bounce once again. It's going to roll back towards him, and now is going to sputter down at about the 15-yard line of the Ravens. So another 3 and out for the Steelers, a 54-yard punt. The Ravens will get the ball right back, although they're deep in their own territory. From M&T Bank Stadium, 12:05 remains in the second quarter. Steelers football continues with the score, the Ravens 7, the Steelers nothing.
Okay, welcome back, Steelers fans, and it's time to get ready for another great game here in the Steel City. Well, but first, Jim, let's take a minute to talk about the other powerhouse in town, been the best for 47 years straight. Got the grit and strength to take on anything. Yes, sir, it's the Ford F-Series. They are the best-selling trucks in Pittsburgh and in America. The best. Now, how about that young duo on offense? Now, that could be a powerhouse in the future. F-150, the official truck of the Pittsburgh Steelers.
When you're looking to play, Bad Rivers will make your day. Take a chance, you'll see. You like slots, we've got lots. Blackjack, roulette, take your shots. Where you want to be.
Bet Rivers Online Casino is your home for chance. With hundreds of slots, live table games, and more.
BetRivers Online Casino. Check out the app.
Take a chance.
Must be 21 plus and physically present in Pennsylvania or New Jersey. Void where prohibited. Terms and conditions apply. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
The playoff gridiron isn't the only place Steelers fans watch points pile up. They score the perks of game day at Giant Eagle, Market District, and Get-Go, too. Ready-to-eat prepared foods, everyday value from our family of brands. A fresh selection of thrills every foodie, fuel savings, and convenient favorites are all game day traditions. Earn perks and save on game day and every day at Giant Eagle, Market District, and Get-Go. Giant Eagle, the official supermarket of the Pittsburgh Steelers.
This is Jim Rooney, and I'd like to invite you to download the audiobook of my Amazon bestseller, Different Way to Win, Dan Rooney's story from the Super Bowl to the Rooney Rule. This expanded audio edition features newly recorded conversations with Mike Tomlin, Bill Cowher, Joe Green, Franco Harris, and many more. If you're a Steelers fan, you'll love this audiobook, as you'll hear stories you haven't heard before. Get A Different Way to Win anywhere you download audiobooks, including at Amazon and Apple.
Your home for the Steelers. This is the Pittsburgh Steelers Audio Network.
12:05 remaining in the second quarter. I beg your pardon. Ball spotted at the 15-yard line of the Ravens. 1st and 10 for them there as we head downstairs to Max Starks. Max?
All right, guys. Obviously, not the way we wanted to see the start of this game, but defensively, I felt like they found something. You could see them staying home at their positions. I think if that is key, especially with this backed up situation, they could force a 3-and-out or a 5-and-out in this situation. They could be right back where they want to be. Still a one-score game. Back to you.
Thank you very much. Quick handoff to Derrick Henry, moving to the left, and is going to be bottled up right at the line of scrimmage. No gain in the play. Maybe picked up half a yard, so that's a good start on this defensive stand. The offense has got to get going. The defense has got to get in the ball back, and the offense has got to get something going here.
They do indeed. You've got to get penetration. Keanu Benton doing a great job of taking the King down to the turf, getting to the inside gap and being able to disengage from the blocker and gets to some real meat on King Henry. That's a nice job by Keanu.
Benton off to a fine start early on in this game for the Steelers. Justice Hill is checked in. He's to the right of Lamar Jackson in the shotgun, gets a snap. Jackson is going to keep it on the design quarterback draw, and it's going to sprint up the middle and get close to first down yardage before Peyton Wilson makes the stop. And it looks like from this vantage point, it's going to be extremely close. And they're going to say 3rd down still, just a little bit short.
Well, it's interesting now they're using Justice Hill as a lead backer or a lead blocker up to the backers. And I'm telling you, Lamar is just killing it right now. His legs are worth their weight in gold with what he's being able to accomplish.
3rd and inches. They sprint quickly to the line of scrimmage. They run the quarterback sneak. And it was not Jackson who was in there. I think it was Kolar who normally comes in, the tight end, in those situations. Ricard is out there, and it was Mark Andrews who took the snap, and so the tight end is able to pick up the first down there on the quarterback sneak. Well, tight end sneak, I guess, but he was in the quarterback position.
Right, and that was, of course, the tush push, and they got a lot of push in there. Boy, I tell you what, that is just a meat grinder.
And another 3rd down conversion here for the Ravens, and that is 5 3rd down conversions. Here's a give to Henry, and Henry finds big room off right guard, and Henry's going to crash forward to pick up about 9 yards out to the 35-yard line before Deshaun Elliott comes up to make the stop.
Well, you got a trap going to the right, and Henry hit it backside, and to do that, you got to have a good block by your center, and certainly there was a big hole there. Ricard is one of those unique animals. He did a great job of positioning himself on the front side there. You pull the guard, and then all of a sudden you got Ricard, who is virtually a guard, though he lines up in the backfield a lot of times.
6 carries for 60 yards for Henry, who's checked out of the game. Justice Hill to the right, and Hill will have the fake, and this time nice job by Peyton Wilson staying home. Tried to rip at the ball there for Henry, or for Jackson, I beg your pardon, who had to keep her to the right. And with that struggle, Jackson picked up another half yard or so. It's still going to be short of a first down, it appears.
Well, you're going to see, as it was. I mean, you got T.J. Watt just doing a great job. I'm sorry, it was Peyton Wilson.
Yeah, Wilson
did a great job of ball searching there. You know, the thing that you got to balance that with making sure you secure the tackle before you strip the ball. You got to make sure you get that guy down, or at least in a position to hold him up.
He picked up an extra half a yard, and now the handoff to Henry off left guard, and Henry's going to pick up a first down rather easily. He gets out to the 38-yard line, and another first down here for the Ravens.
Well, that's just ham-hock power right there. You got the Baltimore offensive line coming off and being able to deliver just enough of a crease that you got Derrick Henry able to take that ball and truck it over. Do a great job. Steelers they've got to be able to get their run gaps. You've got to play in your run gaps and stay in your run gaps. If you don't, this is going to be a very long night.
1st and 10, ball at the 38-yard line. Jackson is under center. Henry's a lone setback. Jackson gets a snap, gives to Henry, starts left, cuts back to the middle of the field. He's going to pick up just a couple this time out, just across the 40, nudged it across the 40, so maybe picked up about 2. Pretty good defense there.
Indeed, you do. They jumped into it just straight up 3-4 front there, and then they were able to get Derrick Henry when he made the cutback, and it was a nice job of tackling by Landon Roberts again.
Filling that hole and bringing up a second, and they're calling it 7, but it is a long 7.
Notice how many of the plays are being run inside the tackles. I mean, there is a ton of them right now.
Jackson has 3 receivers to the left, and now his left tackle, Stanley, moves early, and this is a break. Look, the Steelers need some breaks.
79, 5-yard penalty, second down.
Second time Stanley has been whistled, and look, now you have 2nd and long, 2nd and 12, almost 13 yards here.
And you got to take advantage of that fact. It's an opportunity here. You need to do something that creates a more negative yardage.
We talked about the penalties maybe being some hidden yardage, so an opportunity to take advantage of that yardage now on a 2nd and 12. Jackson gets a snap back, has time all day, standing now, moves forward, a flag in the secondary as Jackson takes off to the left, crosses midfield, and finally is tracked down by Peyton Wilson across the 45 to the 44-yard line, and Jackson getting some help to get off the ground. Looks like he's in some discomfort for sure.
I'll tell you somebody else, too. T.J. Watt got up rather slowly.
Holding. Defense number 24. It's a 5-yard penalty added to the end of the run. First down.
That's Joey Porter Jr., so that's going to be added to the end of the run, which carried into Ravens territory. And now Lamar Jackson. Is Lamar Jackson? No, he's still stayed in the game. I beg your pardon. I saw some substitutions, but Lamar has stayed in the game. Got up gingerly, is still in the huddle. He's a tough guy, Lamar Jackson.
Indeed.
So the ball is at the 40-yard line as Jackson will move Ricard in motion left to right. He has Henry to his left. Taking deep gulps of air, now puts his mouthpiece back in, gets a snap, rolling out to the right. Looking, being chased by Roberts on the back end, and is going to scoot forward and get out of bounds around the 37-yard line. So they're going to give him about a 3-yard pickup there, Wolf.
Indeed. Well, you got Landon Roberts on a blitz, was able to kind of meet him at the crossroads and be able to at least flatten him out somewhat to drive him towards the out of bounds. Good job by Landon there. But you know what? I think how many yards have the Ravens rushed for? 120. 120. That's way too much.
And that's with 6:25 remaining here in the second quarter. Jackson 10 carries for 56 yards. Henry's been getting going as well. 2nd and 8. Lamar Jackson has Henry to his right. Gets a snap and will hand. No, he's going to keep it. Once again, crashing down, and Jackson is just going to sort of wander kind of slowly out of bounds across the 30 down to the 28. Once again, T.J. Watt closed down, thought Henry had the ball, hit him in the backfield, but Lamar Jackson pulled it out, and it's that's not the same electric sort of run. He's just jogging toward the sideline.
But the problem is you don't have anybody covering the quarterback again, and one of them would have been Peyton Wilson or somebody on the inside, one of the 8-gap penetrators, running like a twist game with TJ. He's come in. There's no doubt he's going to take the crash, but then you've got to have somebody coming to the outside to be able to take the running back. Take the quarterback.
Here's Henry off left guard, and some good penetration. Still kind of surges forward a little bit, gets down close to the 25-yard line. And that's one of the things, too, is we're trying to identify this, Wolf. It's very difficult to know what defense they have called. Are you supposed to stay home? Are you supposed to crash down? We're not privy to what the exact call is.
That's exactly so. But, again, the basic fundamentals on the front side there is that if you have one man taking the quarterback, taking the dive back, you got to have somebody taking the quarterback.
12th play of this drive. Another long drive here for the Ravens as Jackson gets under center. We're under 5 minutes remaining here in the second quarter. He has Henry in the backfield. The pitch left. Henry looks to get to the edge. Finds a crease. Gets there. Crosses the 15 and gets inside the 10 and down to the 9-yard line.
Wow. And I just saw a big, huge Jasper Bear come out of Captain Cam there. You know that they have been chasing in hot pursuit. And I can tell right now, Cam looks like he's tired. He looks like he's a little bit worn out.
Well, there's some Steelers hands on hips after that 17-yard gain. They are gassed. This is another long drive here for the Ravens, who have over 18 minutes of time of possession to just 7:15 for the Steelers. Talked about that at the head of the game. Here's the handoff now. And a big hole, and Henry stretches forward, and Henry is in for the score right off left guard. Nothing complicated about that. A 9-yard touchdown run, and the Ravens find themselves up 13-0 pending the outcome of the extra point.
And it's not like nobody's hitting him, but you know, you've got to wrap him up. You've got to follow through. You got to bring him down. And it's simply been a case of where Derrick Henry has run through arm tackles. It got brought most likely because the defense is pretty tired right now.
Well, on to try the extra point is Tucker, and this defense has been out there a ton. A 13-play, 85-yard drive taking 7 minutes and 56 seconds. Here's the extra point. That kick is up, and that kick is good. And with 4:09 remaining in the second quarter from M&T Bank Stadium, Steelers football continues with a score. The Ravens 14, the Steelers nothing.
Saving money doesn't seem so difficult with a team of experts by your side. At S&T Bank, they make people their purpose, and that includes helping their customers make sense of their savings. When you open an account with S&T, their team offers personalized advice and individual solutions to help you reach your goals. They believe in people-forward banking, where it's your bank, your plans, and your shared purpose. It's a new year. What are you waiting for? Stop by a local office, visit stbank.com, or call 800-325-2265 today. Member FDIC.
Brian Patton and Associates is an insurance and benefits enrollment firm with over 20 years of expertise. Like the 6-time world champions, we're proudly rooted right here in Western Pennsylvania and have a national footprint of over 2,000 clients. We'll manage your company's employee benefits, implement workplace solutions, and help you create a winning culture, all while delivering stellar customer service. Visit BrianPattonAssociates.com to learn more about how we can help you. At BPA, it's all about the benefits.
Breaking news coming in from Bet365, where every nail-biting overtime win, breakaway, pick six, three-point shot, underdog win, buzzer beater, shootout, walk-off, and absolutely every play in between is amazing. From football to basketball and hockey to baseball, whatever the moment, it's never ordinary at Bet365. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. 21 plus only. Must be physically located in Pennsylvania.
This is Jim Rooney, and I'd like to invite you to download the audiobook of my Amazon bestseller, Different Way to Win, Dan Rooney's story from the Super Bowl to the Rooney Rule. This expanded audio edition features newly recorded conversations with Mike Tomlin, Bill Cowher, Joe Green, Franco Harris, and many more. If you're a Steelers fan, you'll love this audiobook, as you'll hear stories you haven't heard before. Get A Different Way to Win anywhere you download audiobooks, including at Amazon and Apple.
We bleed black and gold. This is the Pittsburgh Steelers Audio Network. We now pause for station identification on the Pittsburgh Steelers Audio Network. This is your AM home of the Steelers, Fox Sports Pittsburgh, 970 AM, WBGG, Pittsburgh.
For the world's most complete selection of Steelers merchandise, visit the official Steelers Pro Shop. Get it direct from the team at shop.steelers.com. 4:09 remains in the second quarter. Crowd having a great time here at M&T Bank Stadium. The Ravens look very comfortable. Why wouldn't they? 14 first downs. 14-1 for the Steelers. The total yardage, 218-36 for the Steelers, who are down 14-0 as Tucker boots it away. It's going to be taken by Cordero Patterson on the right side of the field inside the 5. Heads straight up between the numbers. Now cuts back to the left. Dances across the 25. Stretches out to about the 29, which is where the Steelers will get the ball. But first, let's hear from Max Starks. Max?
Well, guys, I mean, there's not a lot of positive here. You have a big differential in total yardage and production, right? But the thing is, this game can still be in the Steelers' favor. They just need to get a drive together. That's the biggest thing. Get a drive together to get some momentum before you go into half. Put a score up before we get to halftime. They got 4 minutes and 2 seconds to do so. Back to you.
Max, thank you very much. That's a formula they have to follow. They've got to give this defense a break. As Russell Wilson gets a snap, throws out to the left, it's complete to Pickens. Pickens makes the catch, spins towards the middle of the field, and will get out to about the 37-yard line or so. So a pickup of about 8 yards. That's a good way to start.
It is a good way to start. You want to get George Pickens involved. All the metrics of Russ Wilson go up when you get Pickens involved in the offense.
Wilson has Warren to his left. 3 receivers split to his right. Steps up to the line of scrimmage. Points out something. Now moves back into the shotgun. Gets a snap. Ravens bringing pressure. Wilson will pump, then go underneath to the left to Warren. Warren makes the catch. Gets across the 40. Gets out to the 42. And it's a first down for the Steelers.
All right. Russ is cooking. We've got a first down. 2 plays. I'm sorry.
No, Fields has come into the game. That was Russ Wilson. Yep.
All right.
So Fields comes in now for a little bit of a change of pace with the ball set on the left hash, 42-yard line. He's in the shotgun. He has Warren to his right. 3 receivers to the right, tightly bunched. Fields gets a snap. Play action pass. Rolling in trouble. Throws and just throws this one away. Was being pursued by Humphrey, who came blitzing in. And it's going to bring up a 2nd and 10. And Russ Wilson will check back into the game.
Now, the unfortunate thing, and probably because, Justin has not been out there that much, when he started to roll, Darnell Washington on the outbreak, he was there. It was there. But he had some people rushing him from the inside, and he just kept trying to run and get to a little further outside. By then it was too late when he delivered the ball.
Ardarius Washington in coverage out in that right flat. Wilson back in the shotgun. 2 receivers to the right, has Warren to his right. Right now the Ravens showing 4-man rush. Handoff to Warren. Warren is hit in the backfield, is able to stumble forward and pick up a yard or 2 out to the 44, and it's going to be a 3rd down from there.
And that's one of those things that here we go, no huddle. We're getting up to the line of scrimmage.
3rd and 8, ball at the 44-yard line. And the Ravens are going to use the first of their 3 timeouts at the 2:41 mark, trying to get this right. And boy, oh boy, Wolf. And Max just laid it out for us. The Steelers need to get in a drive. They need to conclude this first half, not give the Ravens another opportunity, and find a way to score some points.
Well, just 2 plays ago, when you had Jaylen Warren take that handoff, the end crashed down. You've got to threaten that end man on the line of scrimmage to do so by having a quarterback that is able to run, if you're going to run that play. And so obviously that's something that you'd like to see Justin Fields do. But that's why I was a little bit wondering why, after 2 plays and a first down, all of a sudden Justin comes in. Well, I don't know. If Russ is just starting to heat up a little bit, don't make that switch. But
this offense is searching right now for sure. It has struggled the last 4 games. It has struggled over the first half here at M&T Bank Stadium. 3 receivers to the right, empty set for Wilson. Now he'll motion Warren back to his left. Leans in to get the snap. Now settles back in. Here is the snap. Ravens bringing 4. Wilson going to throw deep for Pickens downfield. He makes the grab, and there is going to flag behind the play. Humphrey saying it's on Pickens, and it is. It's going to be on Pickens. This long completion down the right side of the field is coming back on a push-off.
Oh, my goodness.
Pass interference, offense number 14. 10-yard penalty, 3rd down.
Dan Moore hobbling off, and we saw Calvin Anderson just activated today. He's coming back. And a little bit of a push off there by George.
Oh, they caught him in man coverage there. My goodness, it was, Calvin Anderson is. But George was right there. It was perfect. It was all set. And you could see where, maybe this is it. The big play that gets them back in. And then, unfortunately, they submarine themselves with a pass interference.
Now it is 3rd and 18. Pickens is split to the left, 2 receivers to the right. Wilson has Warren to his left in the shotgun. Ravens will bring 4. Wilson back to pass. Throws short right. This is to Freiermuth. Freiermuth will curl back toward the middle of the field, but he is way short of a first down. Tackled at the 43-yard line. And at the 2-minute warning, the punt team is assembled along the Steelers sideline, so presumably they will be coming in to kick it away on a 4th and 9. It is time for the 2-minute warning. Timeout brought to you by Pond Lee Hockey Giordano. Injured at work or in an accident? Call Pond Lee Hockey today for a free consultation. Their expert legal team will help every step of the way and get you and your family back on track. With the score of the Ravens 14, the Steelers nothing, this is the Pittsburgh Steelers Audio Network.
Hey, Pittsburgh. Happy New Year. This is Tim Calusi with Calusi Chevrolet. Right now, we have a great selection of Chevy Silverados, Trailblazer, and Trax in stock and ready for immediate delivery.
And I'm Megan Calusi. We can offer qualified buyers over $8,000 in total savings on select new Silverado pickups. Must qualify.
Buy with confidence at Calusi Chevrolet, knowing we've been satisfying customers for over 106 years.
Visit us online at Calusi.com. Calusi Chevrolet. Together, let's drive.
Man, my holiday bills are almost as hard to get rid of as my in-laws.
I guess my budget will be my New Year's resolution again.
Hi there, friendly S&T banker here. The aftermath of the holidays can be tough. Have you thought about using the equity in your home to consolidate your debt?
I can do that?
Yep. Home equities are one of the lowest cost financing options. At S&T Bank, we can help you so you can have a financial fresh start. Stop by a branch or visit stbank.com to learn more.
S&T Bank. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Right now is the best time to sell your current home or buy your next one. Don't gamble with your largest asset. It's more important than ever to partner with the right real estate team. At RE/MAX Select Realty, our experienced full-time realtors will help remove the stresses of rising interest rates, multiple offers, and low inventory. Don't miss this limited opportunity to save on your next move. Call 724-933-6300. RE/MAX Select Realty, proud partner of the Pittsburgh Steelers. Planting a tree? Putting in a new sprinkler system? Digging a trench? No matter the project, if it involves digging, Pennsylvania 811 wants to remind you to call 811 before you dig. It's the law and it ensures your safety by steering you clear of underground lines and cables you can't see running right beneath you. Remember, every dig counts. Don't let what's buried beneath the ground surprise you. Find out more at PA1call.org. PA1call.org. Stay safe. Call 811 before you start digging.
Catch Dan Patrick every weekday morning at 9, only on Fox Sports Pittsburgh.
Back at M&T Bank Stadium, the offensive struggles have continued for the Steelers. They have been shut out here over the first 28 minutes of this first half. We're at the 2-minute warning. Corliss Waitman is standing out in the field ready to punt it away on a 4th and 9. Steelers had the ball at their own 43-yard line. TV timeout is over. Waitman rubbing his hands together, now gets the snap. Left-footed boot, end over end, and Sims is going to call for a fair catch at the 10-yard line, and so that is where the Ravens will have the ball there. 2 timeouts remaining and a minute 53 left. The Steelers have all 3 of their timeouts remaining. 47-yard boot for Waitman, who's been very solid here for the Steelers in this first half.
Exactly. You know, the point being is, you know, he's been the best weapon for the Steelers offensively. He's really done a great job, you know, and the fact of the matter is, this team is desperately in searching of getting just some steady rhythm on offense. You know, that opportunity with George Pickens getting that man coverage with Marlon Humphrey, and just if he had just been able to make that catch without pushing off, man, would have been something.
Unfortunately, that wasn't the case, and so now the handoff here on the delay, left side to Henry. Henry looks to get to the edge, and a nice job by KZ, who comes up and chops him down at the 11-yard line along the far sideline. So Steelers not interested in using a timeout yet. They're going to give him actually a couple of yards out to the 13-yard line. Let's call it 2nd and 7 here from the 13. Ravens, of course, in no hurry.
No, they're in no hurry. But, you know, you got to love Damani Casey coming up and making a big hit like that, giving away a good, I don't even know what, maybe 75 pounds or 60 pounds to him. But a definitive tackle.
Pistol formation. Snap. Handoff. Left side. Henry gets out to the 15 and leans forward to about the 17. And now I believe the Steelers are going to use, yes, they are, their first of 3 timeouts on a 3rd and 3 with 1:08 remaining here in the first half. From M&T Bank Stadium, Steelers football continues with the score of the Ravens 14, the Steelers nothing.
Hey, Pittsburgh. Happy New Year. This is Tim Calusi with Calusi Chevrolet. Right now, we have a great selection of Chevy Silverados, Trailblazer, and Trax in stock and ready for immediate delivery.
And I'm Megan Calusi. We can offer qualified buyers over $8,000 in total savings on select new Silverado pickups. Must qualify.
Buy with confidence at Calusi Chevrolet, knowing we've been satisfying customers for over 106 years.
Visit us online at Calusi.com. Calusi Chevrolet. Together, let's drive.
Where the average Joe can buy like a pro. CGR Wholesale.
Tackle any project when you buy from CGR Wholesale Roofing and Siding Supply Center. They'll put together a game plan that's a winner every time you need materials for your project. And their new showroom is now open. Stop in to check it out and see everything you need in person. Provia Siding, Owens Corning Shingles, Trex and TimberTech Decking, and much more. They'll help you get to the red zone of your project every time. Check them out online at cgrwholesaleroofing.com.
I'm Jamie Bordas. At Bordas & Bordas, we're a proud partner of the Pittsburgh Steelers. Why? We understand and share many of the same Pittsburgh values: toughness, hard work, dedication. At the end of the day, the people who count on us care about one thing: results. That drives us, and it's why we win.
Bordas & Bordas, fighting for justice.
All right, what's the best way to bank? At FNB, we think it's best left up to you. It's an approach we call clicks to bricks, and it means an unbeatable experience no matter how you bank. With the FNB eStore, you can shop for multiple financial products, in-branch, online, or on the go. And with the eStore Common App, check out with one easy application. Let's get started at fnb-online.com. FNB member FDIC.
Catch Colin Cowherd weekdays at noon, only on Fox Sports Pittsburgh.
1:08 left in the first half here at M&T Bank Stadium. Unfortunately for the Steelers defense, Lamar Jackson and Derrick Henry each rank in the top 6 in play rushing yards per game in NFL history. They're trending towards their numbers. Derrick Henry, 3rd overall. His average 104.6, and Lamar Jackson at number 6, averaging 86.8. Upstairs to you, Rob.
Missy, thank you very much. Derrick Henry has 100 yards already on just 13 carries. Lamar Jackson, 11 for 64 as he stands in the shotgun now on a 3rd and 2 with that 1:08 remaining that Missy indicated. Snap back to Jackson, looking left, crossing pattern, and it is complete by caught by Bateman, and now the Ravens will look to try to hurry things up. So the Steelers trying desperately to get the ball back, make something happen, but now the Ravens are thinking about maybe adding a score. Jackson back, looking, rolling out to the right, looking, trying to buy time, throws across the middle of the field, and it's complete to Aguilar. Aguilar is going to cross midfield. He's dumped at the 48-yard line, and the Ravens will now use a timeout with 42 seconds remaining.
Wow, right now, Lamar Jackson's putting on a show. You know, taking a straight drop, then leaking to his right, no containment, and then being able to throw back over the middle. And Nelson Aguilar was sitting all by his lonesome there in the middle. Found a nice open window in the zone coverage. Was able to weave his way up and get some major yardage here. You know?
Yeah, it was an interesting, I mean, the Ravens looked like they were sort of content, Wolf, to just take it to halftime. And I understand the Steelers are trying to get something going, and they just
right, but they might have been better served had they
perhaps
let the clock run. I don't know.
Yeah, but we do know this: the Steelers on 3rd down have not been able to make stops. Jackson is 9 of 10 for 96 yards, and so this has been a big problem here for the Steelers as the time of possession continues to be tilted big time in the favor of the Ravens, who have the ball at the 48-yard line. Justice Hill to the right of Jackson. Gets a snap. Back to pass. Blitz coming. Throws out to the left. And it is complete inbounds at the 45-yard line. And the Ravens have used another timeout. There's a battle for the ball. Joey Porter was trying to get it away from Miller. Or maybe he was just trying to kill some time.
Well,
use a timeout there with 36 seconds left as we head downstairs to Max Starks.
Well, guys, I think one of the biggest things is that going into halftime, the Steelers are going to have to figure out an adjustment for the run game for the Ravens. 164 yards combined between Lamar Jackson and Derrick Henry on the ground so far in this first half. And then offensively, how do you get into a rhythm? Only 2 first downs amassed in this entire first half. How do they get in that rhythm, in that gel? I know there was a big play by George Pickens that got called back for OPI, but there has to be more than just those splash plays. Consistency of running the ball, first down play options have to improve for this game, because I think there's some opportunities there for this team to get back into it, but it's going to be tough. If they can't find that rhythm, it's going to be a tough second half coming up. So hopefully those adjustments, which the Steelers traditionally are good at halftime adjustments, come in and they make a difference in this game. And also turnovers. Got to force the ball out against this Ravens squad. Back to you guys.
Agreed, Max. And the Ravens get the ball to begin the second half, make it doubly important to try to keep them off the board here. 2nd and 6 to the ball at the 44-yard line. Jackson in the shotgun, gets the snap, back to pass. Has some time. Now steps up. Herbie with some pressure, but he shrugs that off, finds Andrews underneath. Andrews will roll out to the left sideline, step out of bounds inside the 25-yard line with 28 seconds remaining. And so Andrews, the big reception, they're going to mark him at the 24-yard line, and the Ravens are in business. 20-yard pickup on that play.
Well, here you go. You got 3 outside linebacker rush on that. Took big Captain Cam off the field, and you had a nice rush by Herbig, but Lamar Jackson was able to just shrug off, as you pointed out, his attempt for a sack, and then he was able to just move his way to the outside and find his tight end, and what a job he's done there.
28 seconds left as Jackson gets the snap. Back, pressure coming, throws over the middle of the field. It is complete to likely pounds through a potential tackle by Cam Sutton and barrels his way down to the 5-yard line. Ravens hustling, 15 on the play clock. They're going to get the ball spotted. They're going to get the ball spiked with 11 seconds left in the first half, as Likely just ran through a Cam Sutton attempted tackle and picked up 19 yards down to the 5.
Well, Isaiah Likely again showing why he's so highly prized by the Ravens. You got an excellent tight end in Mark Andrews, but Mark Andrews is their leading touchdown maker with 11, but Isaiah Likely's got 6.
Yep.
So to the tight end room, you've got 17 touchdowns accounted for, and you can see why, given what we've just seen.
And he has 3 in his last 5 games, does Likely, and Andrews has a touchdown in 6 straight, all in the red zone. And here the Steelers, with some substitution issues, are going to use a timeout. And look, they've only got 6 seconds left, so they're going to go ahead and use these timeouts here. You can't save him. No sense in saving him.
Right, no. And you could see Landon Roberts desperately was trying to call timeout.
Yeah.
He was hopping up and down and looking around and yelling for the officials and all. So I'm glad that they took the time, because there was definitely some confusion going on pre-snap.
And they roll the clock back to 11 seconds. The clock had started as the scoreboard operator here did not see that the Steelers had called the timeout. So, Wolf, again, these are desperate times here for the Steelers. I mean, first you're trying to prevent them from scoring. Now you're trying to prevent them from getting into the end zone.
Well, there's no doubt in your mind that, the Ravens have just really had their way with the Steelers in the first half here. They've got to make some adjustments. They've got to be able to come back and do the things that they need to do to be able to get themselves just at all back in the game here.
So Likely will go out to the left with his 3 touchdowns in the last 5 games, and Andrews being covered by Sutton in the right slot, has a touchdown in 6 straight, all in the red zone. Jackson gets his snap, back, looking right, now going to pump fake, now going to retreat, back, now moves up forward, throws out to the left to Hill in the right flat, nobody with him, touchdown. Well, if they'd gotten to Lamar Jackson, that would have been the half, but Jackson finds Justice Hill in the right flat, and 3 touchdowns now for the Ravens. Cam Hayward is getting up very slowly back at the 20-yard line. This has just been all Ravens here in this first half.
This was all about Lamar Jackson just going back and forth in the huddle. In the pocket, trying to just wait for his receivers to clear coverage, and then finding an open man all by himself and being able to deliver the ball. You can't even begin to describe what kind of calm, cool, and collective it takes to be able to move like that in the pocket and stay alive, trying to wait until your your receivers cleared coverage.
Well, 3 long touchdown drives here for the Ravens.
That's disheartening.
This one was 90 yards, 9 plays, 1 minute and 51 seconds. And Tucker lining up to try the extra point. 2 seconds remain here in this first half. Here's the snap. Here's the kick. That kick is up. And that kick is good. And the Ravens up 21-0. Insult to injury. They get the ball to begin the second half. 2 seconds remain in this first half as we head downstairs once again to Max Starks. Max?
Well, guys, I don't have any good news to report. Cam Hayward being escorted to the locker room right now. Obviously, there's only 2 seconds left. The defense is not going to be going back out on the field. But you don't like that sign. He's walking very gingerly under the supervision of athletic trainers as he gets escorted there. And for this Steelers team, you've got to feel a sense of just dread and pissed offness. I mean, I don't know what else to say. At the point of attack, they're getting bullied on the offensive line and the defensive line. And, you have to come into the mindset like, we're not going to take it anymore. The biggest thing is going to be coming out in the second half and reestablishing yourself and not allowing the Steelers to make it a double score. Not allow the Ravens to make it a double score game, right? But back-to-back possessions before the offense touches the ball again. And then offensively, that fire has to kick back in. You got to have big plays if you want to get back into this game. So a lot of soul searching will be done during halftime in that locker room, and new schematics will have to be made. But at the end of the day, the players have to execute, and the players just aren't executing right now. Back to you guys.
Drives of 95, 85, and 90 yards. The Ravens have gone the length of the field 3 times in this first half. The kickoff by Tucker hits the crossbar in the back of the end zone. He's obviously pumped up as well. Actually, that was Stout who kicked it off there, Jordan Stout, the punter who sometimes kicks off for the Ravens. It had been Tucker, now it's Stout. And this crowd just having way too much fun here at M&T Bank Stadium.
Indeed. So here's where you are. You're down 21-0. You got 2 seconds left in the second quarter. Obviously, you're going to go in the locker room and you got to make some change because you're kicking off to start. The Ravens got the ball to start the third quarter.
That's the end of the second quarter, brought to you by your neighborhood Ford store. The F-150 is the official truck of the Pittsburgh Steelers. With the score, the Ravens 21, the Steelers nothing. The UPMC halftime report is up next on the Pittsburgh Steelers Audio Network.
From last-second game-winning field goals to 98-yard kickoff returns, football is exciting. But as the official bank of the Pittsburgh Steelers, PNC prefers to be steady and boring, like a solid ground game that eats up the clock. A strategy that scored a lot of financial wins over the last 160 years. And while our customers may not wear our name on the back of jerseys, Steelers fans can get 20% off regularly priced merchandise with the Pittsburgh Steelers PNC Bank debit card. A pretty exciting option play if you ask us. Find out more at pnc.com/SteelersCard. PNC Bank, brilliantly boring since 1865. PNC Bank, National Association, member FDIC.
Just like coaches and players take a timeout to call the winning play, you must take a timeout and call 811 before you dig deep on your home or business projects. Building a deck? Call 811. Digging for a new pool or fence? Call 811. Stay safe and avoid costly mistakes. This important message is from Peoples Natural Gas, an essential utilities company. For more information, visit peoples-gas.com/safety.
The Pittsburgh Steelers Audio Network proudly presents Steelers Football 2024. Brought to you in part by Giant Eagle, the official supermarket of Steelers Nation, by Bet365. Whatever the sport, whatever the moment, it's never ordinary at Bet365. By McClellan's Contracting and Roofing. If our name goes on it, we stand behind it so you can stand in it. By your neighborhood Ford store. The F-150 is the official truck of the Pittsburgh Steelers. By Northwest Bank. For what's next, get started at northwest.com. By the Pennsylvania Lottery. Play PA Lottery online and get a first-time deposit match up to $1,000. Players must be 18 or older. Please play responsibly. Benefits older Pennsylvanians every day. By Schneider Downs. Discover the value of big thinking with a personal focus at SchneiderDowns.com. By Pennsylvania One Call System. Call 811 before you dig. By Pepsi, the official soft drink sponsor of the Pittsburgh Steelers. By PNC, the official bank of the Pittsburgh Steelers. And by RE/MAX Select Realty, proud partner of the Pittsburgh Steelers. Visit RE/MAXSelectPittsburgh.com.
Welcome to the UPMC Halftime Report on the Pittsburgh Steelers Audio Network. UPMC, the official healthcare provider and health plan of the Pittsburgh Steelers. Wes Euler with you here at M&T Bank Stadium at the half, where it's Ravens 21, Steelers nothing. The Steelers' first half recap is brought to you by PNC Bank, the official bank of the Pittsburgh Steelers, and brilliantly boring since 1865. The Steelers started with the football, picked up a first down, and then had to punt. Baltimore's first possession of the game, 13 plays, 95 yards, capped by a Lamar Jackson 15-yard touchdown pass to Rashod Bateman, 7-0 Buffalo in the first quarter. Then, towards the middle of the second quarter, still 7-0 Ravens, another 13-play drive, this one 85 yards. Derrick Henry from 8 yards out, and it was 14-0 Baltimore. The Steelers had the ball approaching the 2-minute warning. Baltimore got it back one more time, 1 minute and 51 seconds. Down the field, 9 plays, 90 yards. Justice Hill, 5-yard touchdown pass from Lamar Jackson. So 21-0, those 3 drives, 95 yards, 85 yards, 90 yards for Baltimore. And if you want some worse news, Cam Hayward went to the locker room injured right before halftime, and the Ravens will start with the ball to begin the second half. When we come back on the other side, we'll take a look at the NFL scoreboard. You're listening to the UPMC Halftime Report on the Pittsburgh Steelers Audio Network.
In Steeltown, Pittsburgh football means everything. And at Century 3 Kia, our name means a great deal. Shop our all-pro lineup featuring Kia Telluride, Sorento, Sportage, and Seltos. Make your key play at century3kia.com.
Score big at Don's Appliances. Don's has the region's largest selection of in-stock appliances from brands like GE, Profile, and Cafe. Get free next-day delivery and guaranteed lowest prices. Don'sAppliances.com. For black and gold fans, shop for appliances.
Some days you hit snooze, but not today. Today you have to go on a run to get burgers for the tailgate. You've got to haul something heavy, a cooler stocked with Bud Light. When you've got beer and football, nothing is hard. Until the other team scores. Bud Light. Easy to drink, easy to enjoy. Enjoy responsibly. 21 plus, copyright 2024, Anheuser-Busch, Bud Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
At Northwest Bank, we're here for what's next. The next one to go off to college someday, thanks to smart college savings plans. The next place to fill with love and laughter, with more mortgage options for first-time buyers. Even the next thing you can't go without, like savings accounts with even more competitive rates. So whatever's next for you, we'll help you get there. Northwest Bank, for what's next. Visit northwest.com. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Shopping for a new or certified pre-owned car? Think South. South Hills Kia on Route 19 in Peters Township has your deal this month. The all-new 2025 Kia K4 LXS starting at $160 for 24 months with $3,499 due at signing. Or the 2025 Kia Seltos LX all-wheel drive starting at $179 for 24 months with $3,499 due at signing. Lease offers exclude taxes and fees. No security deposit required. 10,000 miles a year. Expires February 3rd, 2025. Visit southhillskia.net for details.
This is your AM home of the Steelers, Fox Sports Pittsburgh. We now pause for station identification on the Pittsburgh Steelers Audio Network. This is your AM home of the Steelers, Fox Sports Pittsburgh, 970 AM, WBGG, Pittsburgh.
At M&T Bank Stadium, where it's Baltimore 21, Pittsburgh nothing at the half. Let's take a look at the NFL scoreboard. It's brought to you by Number One Cochran, the preferred auto group of the Pittsburgh Steelers. Rest of the league looking like this. One other wild card weekend game today. That was in Houston, where the Texans took down the Chargers 32-12 to advance to the divisional round. And of course, 3 games tomorrow. It begins with Denver in Buffalo at 1 o'clock, Green Bay at Philly at 4:30, and then the night game, the Commanders are in Tampa Bay to take on the Bucs. And then Monday night, Minnesota against the Rams. That one going to be played in Phoenix due to the wildfire situation in L.A. On the other side, we'll recap the first half stats. You're listening to the UPMC Halftime Report on the Pittsburgh Steelers Audio Network.
Wolf here for Caliente Pizza and Draft House's new Pro Football Special. A delicious 2-topping tavern-style pizza for just $22. Perfect for game days with a thin, crispy crust and top-notch ingredients. Try Caliente's new Pro Football Special Tavern Pie today. Caliente, the pizza of champions.
Hi, this is Bill Hillgrove. I'm here with Joe Stefka from NSS Life. Joe, it's commonly known that NSS Life has a wide range of insurance products and high-yielding annuities that are among the industry's best.
You're right, Bill. In fact, our $50,000 youth term plan is only $50 per year. Just call for details.
Protecting and providing for your family. That's NSS Life.
NSS Life, where family matters.
In Steeltown, Pittsburgh football means everything. And at Century 3 Kia, our name means a great deal. Shop our all-pro lineup featuring Kia Telluride, Sorento, Sportage, and Seltos. Make your key play at century3kia.com.
If you're facing a plumbing emergency, the pros at Mr. Rooter can handle any job, no matter the size, with upfront pricing and no overtime charges. They can also finance any job, big or small, and have the best warranty in the industry. Call today and mention my name, Chad Tyson, for 10% off your service.
Meet Steelers tight end Pat Fryermuth at the Giant Eagle Market District in Robinson for a playoff edition of Chalk Talk on Monday, January 13th from 6 till 7 p.m. Stop out to meet Pat and register to win great prizes. It's a playoff edition of Chalk Talk this Monday at 6 p.m. from Giant Eagle Market District in Robinson.
At McClellan's Contracting and Roofing, we're more than just roofing. From protecting your home's exterior to transforming your interior. Guided by our values of teamwork, integrity, excellence, and discipline, or as we say, TIDE, our mission is to deliver honest, transparent, and high-quality work. Whether it's a roof repair, a kitchen renovation, or a whole home upgrade. If our name goes on it, we stand behind it so you can stand in it. Visit us at McClellan'sRoofing.com.
Catch Dan Patrick every weekday morning at 9, only on Fox Sports Pittsburgh.
The Ravens lead the Steelers 21-0 halftime here at M&T Bank Stadium. Let's take a look at our first half stats. They're brought to you by Schneider Downs. Discover the value of big thinking with a personal focus at SchneiderDowns.com. Individual stats here first. Russell Wilson, 7 of 9 for 44 yards. We have seen Justin Fields for a couple plays. He did have one pass intended for Darnell Washington / thrown away that was incomplete. Najee Harris, 3 carries for 12 yards. Jalen Warren, 2 for 6 yards. Fryermuth leading the way through the air. He has 3 receptions for 15 yards. Derrick Henry, 13 carries, 100 yards, and a touchdown. He's averaging 7.7 yards per touch. Lamar Jackson has 64 yards on the ground. He's 13 of 15 in the air, 144 yards, and 2 touchdowns. The Steelers just 2 first downs in that first half to Baltimore's 19. The Steelers ran just 18 offensive plays to Baltimore's 41, and total net yards after 30 minutes. The Ravens have 308 to the Steelers' 59. Thanks to Caliente Pizza and Draft House for feeding our crew tonight back at studio headquarters. Caliente Pizza and Draft House, the pizza of champions. I'm Wes Schuler, and you've been listening to the UPMC Halftime Report. UPMC, the official healthcare provider and health plan of the Pittsburgh Steelers. The second half kickoff is coming up right after this. You are listening to the Pittsburgh Steelers Audio Network.
With more than 100 diverse consulting offerings, Schneider Downs doesn't focus on what service to provide, but rather what problems they can help you solve. Tax and accounting, digital consulting and cybersecurity, risk management, and financial advisory. Learn more at SchneiderDowns.com.
Each year, UPMC performs the highest number of heart catheterization procedures in the region.
UPMC is doing amazing things with catheter-based therapies. There's a lot of technology out there that has really transformed medicine and can really benefit our patients. We have a variety of procedures to treat the most complex diseases, to help patients feel better and regain their quality of life.
Your heart care matters. Visit upmc.com/heart to learn more.
Score big at Don's Appliances. Don's has the region's largest selection of in-stock appliances from brands like Whirlpool and Maytag. Get free next-day delivery and guaranteed lowest prices. Don'sAppliances.com, where black and gold fans shop for appliances.
The Pittsburgh Steelers Audio Network proudly presents Steelers Football 2024. Brought to you in part by 84 Lumber, a dynasty partner of the Pittsburgh Steelers. By Bet Rivers Online Casino and Sportsbook. It's a whole new game. By S&T Bank, People Forward Banking. By Bud Light, easy to drink, easy to enjoy. By South Hills Jeep, celebrating 50 years in the South Hills. By CGR Wholesale Roofing and Siding Supply Center, where the average Joe can buy like a pro. By Clearview Federal Credit Union. Get the financial answers you need by doing it right. Roofing, siding, and remodeling. Home of the lifetime workmanship warranty by Steelers Pro Shop. Get it direct from the team at the Steelers Pro Shop at shop.steelers.com. By UPMC, the official healthcare provider and health plan of the Pittsburgh Steelers. By Iron Workers Local Union number 3. We don't go to the office, we build it. And by First National Bank. Let's get started. Member FDIC.
At M&T Bank Stadium, the team's beginning to assemble here on the field. The Steelers find themselves down 21-0. The Ravens had 19 first downs. The Steelers only ran 18 plays in the first half. The total yardage, 308 for the Ravens, 59 for the Steelers. Tonight's second half preview is brought to you by PA Lottery. Play PA Lottery online and get a first-time deposit match up to $1,000. Players must be 18 or older. Please play responsibly. Benefits older Pennsylvanians every day. Missy Matthews, the thoughts of Mike Tomlin heading into the second half.
Well, guys, he spoke going into the locker room and said stopping the run is the number one priority, limiting Lamar Jackson and Derrick Henry. Hopefully those were adjustments made in the locker room at the half. Also said coming out when you're down 21-0, you have to take it snap by snap and have that approach as they're about to begin the second half.
Missy, thank you very much. Steelers kicking off right to left. So the Ravens will be receiving up 21-0 as Chris Boswell spots the ball. The Ravens back deep to receive, and Wolf, Steelers have got to find a way. They have to start with a stop, right?
Start with a stop, hope for a takeaway, look for something positive, a spark, anything that lights the fire of the Pittsburgh Steelers, because right now they're in a whole world of hurt.
We're just waiting now for the officials to say it's okay to go, and they say it is, and Boswell now with the approach and the boot, and it's going to sail into the end zone, and it's going to split the two receivers down there. Sims and Mitchell will roll through the end zone, and it will be spotted at the 30-yard line, which is where the Ravens will start with the ball, and Lamar Jackson and company has been on fire. Jackson 13 of 15, 144 yards, 2 touchdowns, 164 yards rushing as well for this Ravens offense, Wolf.
And what I don't see is Captain Cam out there. Yeah, I see Isaiah Loudermilk out there, but Cam must be still in the locker room.
So we have Ogunjobi, Benton, and Loudermilk, 3 down defensive linemen, along with Watt and Highsmith. I formation. Jackson gets a snap, gives off the left side to Henry, and Henry will pick up about 3 yards off left side before he stopped, and it was a Landon Roberts who came up from his inside linebacker position to make the stop.
Landon Roberts is one of those guys that he certainly brings a bang, and obviously it has been a problem tonight, but you've got to get back to playing fundamental football. Stay in your run gaps. You got to win your 111th. Again, too many guys are not winning their 111th.
So it'll be 2nd and 7 with under 14 and a half minutes remaining here in the third quarter. Opening drive of the second half for the Ravens, who enjoy a 21-0 lead. In motion goes Wallace right to left. Now we'll come back to the right again. Jackson gets a snap. Will give off the right side to Henry. Henry steps out of a T.J. Watt attempted tackle and picks up a first down across the 40 to the 41-yard line. And Watt looked like he maybe got a stinger on that left arm.
Something happened because he's gripping that one arm. We're going to see a replay here. I don't know. He reached out, but I wonder if he snapped his elbow straight or something. That could be. We'll have to see.
So another first down here for the Ravens. They're 20th already in this game as they continue to roll offensively. I formation. It's Justice Hill now behind Ricard as Jackson is under center. Tightly bunched formation. Handoff to the right side of the hill. Is going to cut back to the left. And Mon Adams was there to stand things up, turn things back inside. A short gain out to about the 44-yard line. Maybe a pickup of 3 or so on first down.
Yeah, and I'm getting a look at T.J. Watt on the sidelines, and Doc was kind of messing with that elbow a little bit. And that's the problem. With a guy like Derrick Henry, you've got to do more than just arm tackles. And I see Cam Hayward has returned from the locker room to the sidelines.
Keanu Benton, by the way, got credit for that tackle. Now a pitch to the right to Hill, trying to get to the edge, dances and is spun around, stays on his feet, and gets out close to first down yardage. So an opportunity to bring him down by Joey Porter Jr., but Hill very elusive and able to slip out of that tackle and get out to about the 49 to bring up a 3rd and 2.
Exactly so. Again, concise tackling is tough. It's tough in this cold weather, and it's tough when you're behind and your dauber's a bit down. You got to stay focused. You got to keep building that internal fire. You got to do something to be able to try to get out there and do something, especially the ball searching. You've got to try to get the turnovers. That's the only way it'll help.
Here's a handoff to Henry off the left side, and penetration by a Landon Roberts is going to trip him up right at the line of scrimmage, so no gain, and it'll bring up a 4th down.
That's excellent. All right, Landon, nice job. One of the things about Landon, is that when he goes downhill, it's with a thump, and there's going to be a big bang at the end of it.
So at least they get the stop there.
Got to stop.
Yeah, just over 12 minutes remaining here in this third quarter. Austin goes back to receive this punt by Stout. Austin standing at his 10-yard line on the far side of the field. Stout awaiting the snap. Steelers can't jump here, obviously. Not in a mode to look like they're trying to block this kick. Stout is letting the clock go down. It's 10 seconds, 9, 8 as he gets the snap. Boots it away. Angling it, and it's going to go over the head of Austin. It's going to land at the 2 and die at the 2. What a punt down there by Tylon Wallace. And the Steelers are going to be pinned deep on their opening possession of the second half. 11:29 remains after that 49-yard punt from M&T Bank Stadium. Steelers football continues with the score: the Ravens 21, the Steelers nothing.
Black and gold are the colors that not only honor our city, but our sports. Together, we're proud sponsors of two-a-days, dedication, comeback wins, excitement, losing your voice, and passion. We are black and gold. We are Ford, the official truck of the Pittsburgh Steelers.
This is Jim Rooney, and I'd like to invite you to download the audiobook of my Amazon bestseller, Different Way to Win, Dan Rooney's story from the Super Bowl to the Rooney Rule. This expanded audio edition features newly recorded conversations with Mike Tomlin, Bill Cowher, Joe Green, Franco Harris, and many more. If you're a Steelers fan, you'll love this audiobook, as you'll hear stories you haven't heard before. Get A Different Way to Win anywhere you download audiobooks, including at Amazon and Apple.
All right, what's the best way to bank? At FNB, we think it's best left up to you. It's an approach we call clicks to bricks, and it means an unbeatable experience no matter how you bank. Whether you want friendly, in-person guidance at your local branch, convenient access to video ATMs across the region, or a cutting-edge app on your phone, the choice is yours. Let's get started at fnb-online.com. FNB member FDIC.
Accidents don't happen on a schedule. They don't check to make sure it's between the hours of 9 and 5. And neither does the law firm of Edgar Snyder & Associates. They're available if you're heard at 10 p.m., 1 a.m., or on a Sunday. That's right, they're there for you 24/7. So if you've been injured and have legal questions, don't do late night searching and scrolling looking for answers. Just call Edgar Snyder & Associates at 1-800-94-EDGAR or head to edgarsnyder.com to chat online. The consultation is free, and as they always say, there's never a fee unless we get money for you.
Your home for the Steelers. This is the Pittsburgh Steelers Audio Network.
11:29 remains, third quarter. Steelers defense did get a stop. They're pinned at their own 2-yard line in their opening possession of the second half as we head downstairs to Max Starks. Max?
Well, guys, mission one accomplished. You eliminate the double score opportunity for the Ravens. The question is, what can this offense do? Now, Dan Moore is not in at left tackle. You have Calvin Anderson. So I wonder what adjustments are going to be made offensively to make sure that you protect him until he gets into the flow of this game. But you got to put something here together. One play at a time, one first down at a time.
Wilson under center, Max, as Najee Harris is the lone setback. He's standing about halfway deep in the end zone behind Wilson. Snap. Give to Harris, starts left, and he's hit by Roquan Smith, who came firing up from his inside linebacker position. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd and 10.
Well, that was a mass gang up in the B gap there. It looked like Najee was going to cut it to the backside and then suddenly cut it up into that B gap, and he just got swarmed over. Roquan Smith was there, and frankly, it would be easier to tell you who wasn't in on the tackle than it is to tell you who was in on the tackle.
Give him a yard pickup. as the Ravens able to substitute here after the Steelers substituted. Now the officials say play on. Wilson in the shotgun, back to pass, looking over the middle of the field, underneath, and dropped on a low throw by Darnell Washington. That's a long way for Darnell to go to reach down to his ankles, and couldn't quite bring that one in.
It is indeed, and Russ didn't look comfortable setting up. It looked like his feet, he had, just kind of jazz feet there. Looked like he was a little anxious setting up and threw that ball quickly, and a little too quick as he put it low on Darnell Washington.
I'm sure Darnell would have liked to have made that catch down below his knees, but he doesn't, so it's now 3rd and 9. Steelers are 1 for 5 on 3rd down. Ravens have all kinds of men up at the line of scrimmage. 8 at the line of scrimmage. Now Hamilton drops back a little. Warren comes back to join Wilson in the shotgun. Pressure coming. Wilson regroups, fires over the middle. What a catch by Calvin Austin. He was walloped by our Darius Washington out at the 29, but he hauled it in on a crossing pattern.
What a sensational job by Calvin Austin. And first of all, he got Russ with a nice job, get a little pressure, pump fakes. Then he throws it across the middle to Calvin Austin. I'm telling you, that was a zinger. That is one of the best throw of the night that we've seen from Russ Wilson. Easy. Probably even the best throw we've seen in the last couple weeks.
So a first down now. Warren in the shotgun to the left of Wilson. Once again, the Ravens crowding the line of scrimmage. 8 men in the box here. Wilson gets a snap. Play action. Back to pass. Looking will throw out in the left flat to Warren, who'll head straight up the field. Malik Harrison makes the tackle as he crosses the 30, gets out close to the 33, picks up about 5 on first down.
Well, I like that. That's a nice way. Check it down. You just had a big play out to Calvin Austin, who, again, in the face of taking a real bang, the guy makes a great superlative catch. But then on the second one here, you just check it down after a big gain. Nice.
Wilson is under center. Brings Skoranek in motion to the right. Fakes the stretch to the right. Rolling out to the left. Now he's going to keep. Crosses the 35 and tries to stretch it out actually to the 35. Maybe going to be about 3 yards short of a first down. So just a short pickup there. Actually, they're just going to mark him basically at the 33-yard line, so he doesn't gain any yards at all.
Well, you got a reverse rollout. He's got people there. Van Jefferson there until at some point you had Adafi Owe just dropping off into that flat, but he had an opportunity to throw it, but he decided to hang on to the ball.
3rd and 5. 9:08 and counting here remaining in this third quarter. 2 receivers split to each side. Warren is to the left of Wilson, who gets a snap. Ravens bring 4. Lofted down the left sideline, caught by Mike Williams, and Williams sprints into Ravens territory and down around the 30-yard line. So he got him on a go route in single coverage up the left sideline.
Oh, it's beautiful. We're seeing a spark of life. We got something going here. It's such a nice job. We got Mike Williams going down one-on-one coverage, and he drops it in beautifully. What a throw by Russ Wilson. Just terrific stuff.
37-yard pickup ball at the 30-yard line as the Steelers have finally traveled into Ravens territory for the first time. Wilson under center, play action pass, rolling out to the left, looking, pumps, and will throw it away. He wanted Freiermuth, but Freiermuth had his route interrupted at the line of scrimmage by Malik Harrison, who never let him get out into his
right. He got all over him. He was draped on him and was in just big coverage there. Russ with a little bit of a rollout. And that was a good bang by Malik Harrison because he really disrupted the route, like you said, redirected him. And you just can't, they just broke up the timing on that play.
8:17 remains in the third quarter. 2nd and 10. The ball at the 30-yard line of the Ravens. Steelers down 21-0. Motion man is Hayward, right to left, settles there as Wilson gets the snap. Back, looking, now moves out to the right, now going to try to roll around the right edge and just has to fling it away. So vacates the package. Tavius Robinson in pursuit and throws it away to make it 3rd and 10.
Now, it's so much easier from where I'm sitting, but it didn't look like Russ needed to vacate the pocket quite as quickly as he did. I don't know what he's seeing, and I'm sure he's seen a whole lot more. But the fact is, he got out in the flat there, and there was nobody to throw it to and just threw it away. But I think he's just a little bit too quick to vacate the pocket sometimes.
Well, the Steelers have converted a couple of 3rd and longer on this drive, now facing a 3rd and 10. Is this 4-down territory for the Steelers? Ravens bringing pressure. Wilson has time, lofts towards the end zone, has a man, Van Jefferson, touchdown! Oh, what a throw, and Jefferson hauls it in the end zone, and the Steelers at the 8:05 mark of the third quarter have some life.
Wow, yes. You talk about great life. Van Jefferson with a little sluggo route, little slant and go type of deal, and he beats the corner there, Brian Stevens, and what a job of laying the ball into his hands absolutely perfectly. This is exactly what the Steelers needed to do to mount any sort of a comeback. Stuff the Ravens on the opening drive, then come down and score, and they've done it.
Boswell on to try the extra point. Snap, hold, kick, up, good. 8:05 remains. A 9-play, 98-yard drive. Took 3 minutes and 24 seconds. And from M&T Bank Stadium, Steelers football continues with the score of the Ravens 21, the Steelers 7.
Okay, welcome back, Steelers fans, and it's time to get ready for another great game here in the Steel City. Well, but first, Jim, let's take a minute to talk about the other powerhouse in town. Been the best for 47 years straight. Got the grit and strength to take on anything. Yes, sir, it's the Ford F-Series. They are the best-selling trucks in Pittsburgh and in America. The best. Now, how about that young duo on offense? Now, that could be a powerhouse in the future. F-150, the official truck of the Pittsburgh Steelers.
This is Jim Rooney, and I'd like to invite you to download the audiobook of my Amazon bestseller, Different Way to Win, Dan Rooney's story from the Super Bowl to the Rooney Rule. This expanded audio edition features newly recorded conversations with Mike Tomlin, Bill Cowher, Joe Green, Franco Harris, and many more. If you're a Steelers fan, you'll love this audiobook, as you'll hear stories you haven't heard before. Get A Different Way to Win anywhere you download audiobooks, including at Amazon and Apple.
At Northwest Bank, we're here for what's next. The next place to fill with love and laughter, with more mortgage options for first-time buyers. The next backyard patio party host, thanks to lines of credit with competitive rates. Even the next thing to check off your to-do list, with home equity loans that let you refinance high-interest debt. Our home lending solutions can help make your dream home a reality. Northwest Bank, for what's next. Visit northwest.com. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Just like coaches and players take a timeout to call the winning play, you must take a timeout and call 811 before you dig deep on your home or business projects. Building a deck? Call 811. Digging for a new pool or fence? Call 811. Stay safe and avoid costly mistakes. This important message is from Peoples Natural Gas, an essential utilities company. For more information, visit peoples-gas.com/safety.
Steelers football happens here. The Pittsburgh Steelers Audio Network.
All right, some good news injury-wise, guys, for the Steelers defense. Cam Hayward wasn't out there until the middle of that first drive. He was evaluated for a possible head injury. He was cleared. He'll be back in tonight's game. And TJ Watt with that left elbow. Looks like they put some sort of a brace or contraption on it and wrapped it up. He also has his helmet on and looks good to go.
Missy, thank you. Tonight's injury report was brought to you by Independence Health Expert Care. Here, as Boswell spots the ball, we have seen nothing but long drives. The shortest touchdown drive we've seen today is 85 yards, and that was a 98-yarder for the Steelers. You know, Wolf, you and I were talking during the commercial break. Ravens came out kind of conservatively on the opening drive. You can understand why, but sometimes it becomes difficult to try to ratchet that enthusiasm back up.
Well, but Mike Tomlin always says, I'd rather have to say whoa than go get him.
Here's the kickoff, and it's going to sail into the end zone. Keaton Mitchell's going to take it. He's going to take a knee 5 yards deep as we head downstairs to Max Starks. Max.
One play at a time, one first down at a time. That's what you have to focus on offensively. Defensively, one play at a time, but also keep disciplined eyes, keep disciplined technique. And the Steelers can do this. I mean, I think we just saw it there on that first drive, turning them away when the momentum was in their favor. All it takes is that one play, but just do your job, get the tackle, don't ball search, let the ball come out on its own. Back to you guys.
Max agreed. A 3-and-out here would be wonderful for the Steelers. Jackson, play action pass, going to roll to the left, looking. He's under pressure, and down he goes. Sacked back inside the 20-yard line. Highsmith got there first, got some help from Watt, and a sack to begin this series.
That's the way to come out just fire it up, boys. You got to get yourself going. And what a job. Alex Highsmith coming off the edge. And just a sacration is exactly what you need to be able to get things pumped up here. You got to love the fact that one of the things that Ronnie Stanley has had a lot of trouble with Alex Highsmith in the past. Alex has got a lot of pressure, has got some sacks off him, but certainly one of the things you've seen a couple of, he jumped off sides a couple of times already. I wonder if it's kind of like Alex is a little bit of the worm in Stanley's head.
Jackson gets a snap, now rolling out to the right, looking, is going to throw underneath, and it's complete to Wallace, and Wallace heads up the right sideline, and Wallace, again, Minkah Fitzpatrick ripping at the ball, and Wallace gets an extra 3 yards and enough for a first down across the 40 out to the 41.
Oh, I got all excited there, and now they were going great a first down. But, this is, again, Lamar Jackson getting out into the flat. So difficult to defend when he escapes the pocket. So difficult to defend when he's in the pocket. But certainly when he goes out into the flats, he is really difficult.
The ball at the 41-yard line, and that is a first down here, fresh set of downs. Jackson under center. Bring a man in motion to give it on the jet motion. This is Sims, and Sims finds some room. Sims gets around the left edge, spun down by Joey Porter Jr., but he is going to pick up 14 yards into Steelers territory, down to the 45, and a first down for the Ravens.
Wow, that was really... That was a little bit of trickeration there. The ability to get him out there in very hardly any defenders out there defending
that jet motion.
That jet motion. It was like unbelievable how fast it hit and turned up.
And just like that, the Steelers defense back on its heels once again. Ball at the 45-yard line. Jackson in the shotgun. He has Henry to his left, and he's going to give to Henry. Henry finds a gaping hole up the middle of the field, and he's gone. Touchdown, Derrick Henry gallops in from 44 yards out, and the Ravens respond very quickly to the Steelers' touchdown with a touchdown of their own.
My goodness. That's straight up the middle. That was just flat out a sprint to the end zone by Derrick Henry. 17 for a $155. I can't even believe I'm saying that. Those numbers.
And there's still 5:49 remaining in this third quarter. And Tucker on to try the extra point. Stout gets to hold down. The kick by Tucker is up, and that kick by Tucker is good. 5:49 remains in the third quarter from M&T Bank Stadium. Steelers football continues with a score: the Ravens 28, the Steelers 7.
The Pittsburgh Post-Gazette goes deep when it comes to Steelers coverage, with all of the hard-hitting, up-to-the-minute news you need about your Pittsburgh Steelers. Have a real-time chat with Post-Gazette reporters and columnists. Send your burning questions and hot takes to our mailbag, and tune in to get an earful on all things black and gold from experts on the North Shore Drive podcast. Check out postgazette.com. That's postgazette.com for insights on your favorite pros from our pros at the Pittsburgh Post-Gazette.
For the last 47 years in a row, Ford F-Series have been America's best-selling trucks. The trucks that move mountains also move trailers, wood piles, and snowdrifts, work days and weekends, job sites and campsites. F-150 and Super Duty never stop working, just like you. Ford F-150, official truck of the Pittsburgh Steelers and Pittsburgh's best-selling trucks.
This is Jim Rooney, and I'd like to invite you to download the audiobook of my Amazon bestseller, Different Way to Win, Dan Rooney's story from the Super Bowl to the Rooney Rule. This expanded audio edition features newly recorded conversations with Mike Tomlin, Bill Cowher, Joe Green, Franco Harris, and many more. If you're a Steelers fan, you'll love this audiobook, as you'll hear stories you haven't heard before. Get A Different Way to Win anywhere you download audiobooks, including at Amazon and Apple.
When you want to bet on sports, played on a field or ice or courts, Bet Rivers is the place. Over, under, money line, same game parlays, it's all fine.
You'll put a smile on your face. Bet Rivers Sportsbook is your home for chance, where you can experience the thrill of betting on the sports you love. Bet Rivers Sportsbook. Download the app.
Take a chance.
Must be 21 plus and physically present in Pennsylvania or New Jersey. Void where prohibited. Terms and conditions apply. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
We bleed black and gold. This is the Pittsburgh Steelers Audio Network. We now pause for station identification on the Pittsburgh Steelers Audio Network. This is your AM home of the Steelers, Fox Sports Pittsburgh, 970 AM, WBGG, Pittsburgh.
Stay tuned after the game for the Mike Tomlin postgame press conference, brought to you by your neighborhood Ford store. The F-150 is the official truck of the Pittsburgh Steelers, and a 4-play drive. Consider the first play was a sack back to the 20-yard line. 3 plays later, a completion, a reverse, and a 44-yard touchdown run, and the Ravens are back up by 3 touchdowns.
I'm kind of speechless right now.
Here's Stout with the approach and the boot, and it's going to go into the end zone, and the Steelers will let it bound through the end zone, and they'll get the ball at the 30-yard line as we head down to Max Starks. Max.
Well, guys, I think one of the things is you got to say, keep chopping wood.
Yep.
Right? That's all you can do. Keep chopping wood. You can't worry about what the other team's doing right now. Focus on yourselves, especially as an offense. You just got to go out there and move the ball. You got 70 yards to get to the end zone. However, by any means necessary, get the job done. Continue to put the pressure on the Ravens with scoring.
Thank you, Max. And the Ravens chant happening here. And, guys have their shirts off, and there's a big celebration going on. And now the Steelers are trying to quiet this crowd with another touchdown drive. Wilson in the shotgun, back. Looking, is going to throw out to the right flat to Najee Harris. Harris across the 35, heads up the right sideline. Knocked out of bounds by Harrison after an 8-yard gain out to the 38.
I like that play. I love the fact that you let the receivers get downfield, and then you swing Najee out into the flat there, and you're able to hook up for a positive gain right there, 9 yards.
So Justin Fields is checked in at the quarterback position on a 2nd and short here for the Steelers. He has Najee Harris to his right. 2 receivers split out to the left. Now Freiermuth will motion right to left. He'll settle in an H-back position in that area of the field. And now a whistle and a stop and play.
Officials timeout on the field.
Do we have any reason for that?
Nobody seems to be fessing up.
No, I haven't seen anything. Or now they're over talking to Mike Tomlin, and now Fields will come off the field, and they'll bring Russell Wilson back, and they'll bring in Skoranek, and they'll bring in Darnell Washington. So sort of a run-looking pose here with this personnel for the Steelers. I don't know what's going on here, because now the officials are talking to the Ravens coaching staff on one side. I think.
I wonder if they preemptively went to a commercial or something.
Well, we're watching the TV. They're still on the air. So Harbaugh was over there. It looked like he got an explanation, or somebody from the Ravens sideline got an explanation. We haven't gotten one yet. So right now, 5:14 remains here in the third quarter. It's a 2nd and a long one. And something's amiss, so it sounds like we're going to take a timeout. So 5:14 remains here in the third quarter of play from M&T Bank Stadium. Steelers football continues with the score: the Ravens 28, the Steelers 7.
Wolf here for Caliente Pizza and Draft House's new Pro Football Special. A delicious 2-topping tavern-style pizza for just $22. Perfect for game days with a thin, crispy crust and top-notch ingredients. Try Caliente's new Pro Football Special Tavern Pie today. Caliente, the pizza of champions.
Sometimes the biggest business challenges are the ones you don't even know you have. Schneider Downs helps clients solve those challenges. Tax and accounting, digital consulting and cybersecurity, risk management and advisory. Learn about big thinking with a personal focus at SchneiderDowns.com.
Shopping for a new or certified pre-owned car? Think South. South Hills Kia on Route 19 in Peters Township has your deal this month. Brand new 2025 Kia Telluride LX all-wheel drive as low as $345 for 24 months with $3,999 due at signing. Or a 2025 Kia Sportage LX all-wheel drive for $225 a month for 24 months with $3,999 due at signing. Lease offers exclude taxes and fees. No security deposit required. 10,000 miles a year. Expires February 3rd, 2025. Visit southhillskia.net for details.
Welcome to Irvin Works, just one of 3 U.S. steel plants here in the Mon Valley.
That's union steelworking veteran Mark Schuler talking about the place he has worked for 29 years.
I'm fourth generation steel, and I'd like it to remain here.
And approving Nippon Steel's partnership with U.S. Steel is what these plants need to keep running. It's not just unionized workers. It's also the towns they live and work in that need the deal to go through.
Towns like ours depend on these plants.
That's a former union worker and current mayor of Clairton, Rich Latanzi. Towns like his and others in our region will all benefit from the partnership. Here's 44-year union veteran Andy Macy.
Nippon Steel has committed $1 billion in upgrades for the Mon Valley alone.
Keeping U.S. Steel in the Mon Valley keeps union jobs in the Mon Valley.
U.S. Steel and Nippon Steel, the future of American steel.
Catch Colin Cowherd weekdays at noon, only on Fox Sports Pittsburgh.
Whatever the timeout was and what the cause of it was has apparently been satisfactorily concluded, and they've added 2 seconds back to the clock.
I was going to say, all that for 2 seconds on the clock, Kinger.
5:16 instead of 5:14. Hey, listen, maybe the Steelers will need that. Now the official comes running up to Russell Wilson. Okay, they're under center. Skoranek motions left to right. Najee Harris, the lone setback. Gets a handoff off the right side and is going to pick up a first down between the guard and tackle out to about the 42-yard line. So, again, a first down for the Steelers who get now into hurry-up mode.
We got a little action down there.
A little, no, I wouldn't call it a scuffle, but maybe some cross words being exchanged.
You know, I think that was a nice trap block. Had a couple traps there. Might have been the double trap, triple scoop.
Wilson under center. Play action pass. Back in trouble. Throws out. Screen to the right for Harris. Has all kinds of room and blockers in front. Crosses midfield. Cuts back to the left. Crosses the 40 and gets down to about the 37 of the Ravens. Beautifully executed screen pass by the Steelers.
Screen passes are so effective, Kinger, because what you want to do is you want to let that defensive guy, he's rushing you like you're setting up like a passing, right? Oh, he's bull rushing, he's winning. No, you slip out after a period of time. You get the kick out, the peel guy, and the inside guy.
Wilson under center. Brings Skoranek in motion again. And this time will hand to Harris off the left side. Bounces off of his own man. Looks like he ran at the back of his blocker. And the ball is out. And the ball is out. Is it Calvin Anderson who's on top of it for the Steelers? Oh, somebody's a sea of Ravens defenders. Najee Harris slow to get up. And Calvin Anderson just activated today from had been injured. Is able to fall on this ball for the Steelers. Oh, what a play by Calvin Anderson.
Well, Najee got manhandled going to the ground. I mean, he got high load. That was a tough tackle to take. He ran in a couple of them, Brandon Stevens and somebody else I couldn't get the number of.
2nd and 9, 3.5 minutes remaining as Wilson gets the snap. Back to pass, looking, going to throw out to the right, has a man out there, and is caught by Pickens, and he twirls between 2 defenders and waltzes into the end zone for the touchdown.
Great googly moogly. I've never seen anything like that in the history of my life. I mean, you got to be kidding me. Throwing that ball down on a go route and getting in between the safety and the corner. I don't even know what to say. I mean, he just caught that ball and did a little spinnerooski to evade the man over the top. Oh, my goodness, that was just sensational.
Well, it's like that old Monty Python skit. They're not dead yet. They're still hanging in there.
They are indeed.
Some big plays here offensively, and now the boot. And these plays, one of the things have happened that's so good, it's happened quickly. There's still 3 minutes and 24 seconds remaining in the third quarter after that 5-play, 70-yard drive for the Steelers. With a score, the Ravens 28, the Steelers 14. This is the Pittsburgh Steelers Audio Network.
Black and gold are the colors that not only honor our city, but our sports. Together, we're proud sponsors of two-a-days, dedication, comeback wins, excitement, losing your voice, and passion. We are black and gold. We are Ford, the official truck of the Pittsburgh Steelers.
Think you have what it takes to be a part of a passionate team in a thriving industry? 84 Lumber is immediately hiring for a variety of full-time positions at its southwestern PA locations. 84 Lumber knows their successes come from their people. They prioritize growth by making it easy to pave your own path within the company. They are proud to promote nearly 100% from within and help you create a career that you are proud of. Take the first step to building the career your dreams by visiting 84lumber.com/careers to apply today.
This is Jim Rooney, and I'd like to invite you to download the audiobook of my Amazon bestseller, Different Way to Win, Dan Rooney's story from the Super Bowl to the Rooney Rule. This expanded audio edition features newly recorded conversations with Mike Tomlin, Bill Cowher, Joe Green, Franco Harris, and many more. If you're a Steelers fan, you'll love this audiobook, as you'll hear stories you haven't heard before. Get A Different Way to Win anywhere you download audiobooks, including at Amazon and Apple.
The playoff gridiron isn't the only place Steelers fans watch points pile up. They score the perks of game day at Giant Eagle, Market District, and Get-Go, too. Ready-to-eat prepared foods, everyday value from our family of brands. A fresh selection of thrills every foodie, fuel savings, and convenient favorites are all game day traditions. Earn perks and save on game day and every day at Giant Eagle, Market District, and Get-Go. Giant Eagle, the official supermarket of the Pittsburgh Steelers.
Your home for the Steelers. This is the Pittsburgh Steelers Audio Network.
Oh, Calvin Anderson recovers the fumble, and then they find George Pickens the next play on the touchdown. Hey, Calvin Anderson contributing already, doing a nice job pass blocking, recovers the fumble. And hey, it's 28-14. Well, you need a stop here. You need a stop.
Gotta have it.
You're still not, when you start thinking about the time game, you're still not at that point where you need something miraculous to happen, a punt return, a pick six, something like that. You need a stop, though. You need a stop on defense here.
You do indeed, my friend. And I got to tell you, I'm admiring the way they're fighting back. The boys are hanging tough, but certainly it's a tough hill to climb.
Here's the kickoff. Is going to be taken by Keaton Mitchell in the end zone. He takes a knee. The ball at the 30-yard line for the Ravens, and we head downstairs to Max Starks.
Hey, guys.
Hi, Max.
Last time we talked, we were feeling a little gloomy, but George Pickens put on a sideshow act and made it look like, hey, this is a ball game again. And so I reiterate, one play at a time. Take it one play at a time. Just get the stop. Don't worry about the strip. Right. Worry about the tackle, and good things will happen. And this is a big drive for the Steelers defense, guys.
Agreed. What you need, Max, you need a stop right now. The Steelers facing Jackson in the shotgun. He has Hill to his right. Now Hill will motion out to an empty set. Jackson back, and now a flag comes, and it's a false start. So once again, another penalty.
Before the snap, false start, offense number 70. 5-yard penalty, first down.
Wolf, the Steelers have gotten these mini breaks, sacks, that they haven't taken advantage of it yet. 1st and 15. Take advantage of this now.
Exactly so. And I can't think of a better time to get a takeaway.
Takeaway, boy, even just, again, 3:24 remaining in the third quarter, 3 and out would sure look good here for the Steelers, as Henry is to the left of Jackson. 2 receivers split to the left, 1 to the right. Motion man is Aguilar, left to right. Jackson back, looking, pump fakes, throws across the middle of the field. Great play, intended for Andrews, knocked away by Elliott in tight coverage around the 38-yard line.
You know, Deshaun Elliott is such an excellent man in the secondary in that he can play the run, he plays the pass so well. There he is on Mark Andrews, who is such a weapon, an offensive weapon for the Ravens, and does a nice job of getting a hand around and knocking the ball away. Great job by Deshaun Elliott. Really respect that man's game.
Just a superlative play, really. Now, perfectly timed. 3 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Now Justice Hill motions right, comes back to the left, and the fake, Lamar's going to keep it up the middle of the field, tripped up as he gets close to the 30 by Demonte Casey, came crashing in from his safety spot, and it's going to bring up now a 3rd and 10 from the 30.
Exactly so, and now if the Steelers can get off the field here and be able to mount some sort of drive coming up here towards the end of the third quarter, hey, you never know what can happen now.
Just under 3 minutes remaining here in this third quarter. A critical 3rd and 10.
How about Captain Cam back on the field? You got to love that.
Jackson will motion Hill back, and he's to the left of him in the shotgun. 3 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Steps up into the line of scrimmage, spreads the hands, calls something out to his team, now gets a snap. Back to pass. Steelers showing some pressure. Crossing pattern. Incomplete. Intended for Likely with Queen in coverage, and the Steelers do finally get the 3 and out they needed.
They do indeed, and that is cause for celebration here. Hey, that's a great job of getting off the field. Now, you got to turn around, do something with your special teams, hopefully, and then be able to turn that into points coming up on a drive here.
Well, the Steelers, now the crowd's not quite as celebratory here at M&T Bank Stadium. They understand that suddenly they're seeing their team in a game here against the Steelers.
They've had enough fun already.
Stout back to punt. Calvin Austin is back deep to receive. Here's the punt. Oh, my goodness. KZ ran into the kicker. Oh, and Austin calls the fair catch back at the 25, but that's going to be a first down for the Ravens. Wow, he came running in from his gunner position and hit Stout after the punt. Unquestionably, this is going to be a penalty. What a killer. Now, let's see what the call is going to be here. Is it a personal foul or is it a 5-yarder? This is going to be a critical call. Well, I don't know how they could possibly call that rough.
Running into the kicker.
Yeah, okay.
Defense number 23. Penalties declined.
All right.
Be first down.
Whew. I got nervous there, Wolf. I got very, very nervous because if that's 15, that's right. Obviously a personal foul. That's a different deal altogether. The latest NFL score is brought to you by Clearview Federal Credit Union. Get the financial answers you need. ClearviewFCU.org. Houston earlier today fell behind 6-0, roared back, dominated. They beat L.A. 32-12, and a game I think a lot of people would consider an upset. And now, after dodging that bullet, wow. Boy, I was afraid they were going to call that.
I know it.
But they got the right call.
Yes,
they did.
Didn't rough them.
No, he didn't. And the ball's at the 25-yard line. It's set on the right hash.
But boy, I was verklempt there for a moment.
Holy mackerel, Wolf. I don't know, with all the comebacks you've had here, and again, you finally got that 3 and out, and now let's see what they do offensively.
What happens right now if you make it a one-score game?
Absolutely.
After this drive? Look out.
Absolutely, and plenty of time on the clock. 2:27 remains in the third quarter. Steelers break the huddle, and now suddenly this M&T Bank Stadium crowd, it's been kind of quiet because there hasn't been a whole lot to get excited about. Now kind of uneasy, and now Seumalo moves early, appears.
Ball start, offense number 73. 5-yard penalty, still first down.
Okay, that's not the way you want to start out a drive.
My pulse is still racing because I thought they were going to get 15 on KZ.
Oh, I know.
So first and 15, I'm almost a little relieved that it's not the Ravens of the first down. So first and 15, not what you want to see there, obviously. This crowd, again, starting to get a little excited here because these are nervous times now if you're a Ravens fan. Wilson in the shotgun. First and 15, he has Najee Harris to his left. Stomps the foot, gets the snap. Play action pass. Back, looking, throws. Harris over the middle of the field. Will head straight up the field and stays on his feet somehow, some way. They had him bottled up at the 25. He squirted through and got out to the 31.
Oh, he ran over some bodies there, leaving them in his wake. No huddle, setting right up here, Kinger.
2 receivers split to each side. Harris to the right of Wilson. Wilson steps up to the line of scrimmage, communicating with his team. Gestures left, gestures right, goes back into the shotgun. Under 2 minutes remaining here in the third quarter. Wilson gets a snap. Back. Ravens bringing 4. Wilson flushed, mows out to the right, and now we'll just fling this away into the Steelers bench, and it'll bring up a 3rd and 4 with 1:49 remaining here in this third quarter.
Well, certainly that's good. He got rid of it. He felt the pressure. Just get rid of it. Don't take the negative yardage. That's so important at this stage of the game, especially when you've got on a third down. If you add the negative yardage to that, you're in a real world of hurt there, and you don't want that.
Steelers 4 for 8 on third down, 3 for 3 this half. Jalen Warren is checked into the game. He motions to the right of Wilson. 3 receivers split to the left. Ravens showing pressure right now, bunching up around the line of scrimmage. Here's the snap. They'll bring 5. Quick throw on the slant to Pickens. First down, left to right. He crosses the 40, gets out to the 42, and the sticks are marching down the field.
Well, you got double A gap penetrators. They come up there, they run a game there, and that leaves a wide open middle for George Pickens to get on the inside of Marlon Humphrey and make his numbers available to Russell Wilson, who just zinged it in there for a nice gain.
11-yard pickup. The Steelers are 4 for 4 on third down this half. Jefferson motions left to right. 1:15 in counting. Wilson in the shotgun, has Warren to his left. Gets a snap. Back to pass. Looking. Batted at the line of scrimmage. And it's going to flutter down to the 35-yard line. Incomplete. It'll bring up a 2nd and 10. Clock stops. 1:09 remaining in the third. Matabike is the one who knocked it aside.
Well, one of the things you've got to really say salute to is Russ Wilson and his ability to lead these guys back and keep everybody calm, cool, and collected. That's something that, it's inherent in a leader. You've got to have a leader who can, in the face of adversity, be able to smile, as Mike Tomlin says, or at least project that confidence. And right now, Russ Wilson is.
2nd and 10. 2 receivers split to each side. Warren to the left of Wilson, who gets a snap. Ravens bring pressure to throw back to the right to Warren. Tries to make a move, hit, and is going to struggle out to about the 44-yard line. Chris Board in on the stop. A short pickup of about maybe 3. And it's going to be a 3rd and 8. And Marlon Humphrey is on one knee. The Pro Bowl cornerback has taken a knee and is being attended to. 4-time Pro Bowler. And
I think it's a case of friendly fire.
Okay.
Jaylen Warren caught that out in the flat, tried to turn back in, and another Raven came up and tried to put a palpitator of a hit.
So Humphrey kind of was able to jog off under his own power. So now it's going to be a 3rd and 8. The ball is at the 44-yard line of the Steelers. 49 seconds remaining. Steelers trying to press the attack here. They've been down on a couple of occasions by 3 touchdowns. They've rallied back, and now after getting their first screen out of the game defensively, trying to capitalize on that. The waning seconds here as the clock rolls in the third quarter. Wilson in the shotgun. Ravens showing heavy pressure, crowding the line of scrimmage. Wilson communicates with Warren, who now moves to his right in the shotgun. And the Ravens don't bring pressure. Wilson is flushed out to the left, and Wilson is sacked by Matabike. Ran right into it. Calvin Anderson was out there at the left tackle position. And now the Steelers are going to have to bring the punt team out. That is a critical sack by Matabike and the Ravens.
Well, the Ravens were showing the penetration in the A-gap. They bailed, and then they came from the outside. And so Russell beat them out to the flat, but then he rolled right into Matabike, who Calvin Anderson didn't have a chance. He couldn't tell where Russell was at.
Time to make the switch to the fourth quarter, brought to you by Northwest Bank. Score rates up to 4.5% APY on new certificates of deposit. Member FDIC. Northwest Bank for what's next. With the score, the Ravens 28, the Steelers 14. This is the Pittsburgh Steelers Audio Network.
At Northwest Bank, we're here for what's next. The next chance to skip the trip. Thanks to Mobile Deposit, the easy way to deposit checks from your phone. The next way to split the bill. With Zelle, the app that lets you safely send money to just about anyone. Even the next contact-free shopping spree. Simply add your Northwest Visa credit card to your mobile wallet. It's all part of Northwest Checking, with 3 flexible options to fit your life. Northwest Bank, for what's next. Visit northwest.com, member FDIC.
BetMGM, an official sports betting partner of the Pittsburgh Steelers, invites you to join the action of Steel City football. Download the BetMGM app to get started and place your bets with us all season long. Whether you're cheering on the Steelers at the stadium or watching the game at home or at your favorite sports bar, you'll always be able to get in on the action with the BetMGM app right in the palm of your hand. Visit BetMGM.com for terms and conditions. 21 and older to wager. Pennsylvania only. If you or someone you know has a gambling problem, help is available. Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Welcome to Irvin-Works, just one of 3 U.S. steel plants here in the Mon Valley.
That's union steelworking veteran Mark Schuler talking about the place he has worked for 29 years.
I'm 4th generation steel, and I'd like it to remain here.
And approving Nippon Steel's partnership with U.S. Steel is what these plants need to keep running. It's not just unionized workers. It's also the towns they live and work in that need the deal to go through.
Towns like ours depend on these plants.
That's a former union worker and current mayor of Clairton, Rich Latanzi. Towns like his and others in our region will all benefit from the partnership. Here's 44-year union veteran Andy Macy.
Nippon Steel has committed $1 billion in upgrades for the Mon Valley alone.
Keeping U.S. Steel in the Mon Valley keeps union jobs in the Mon Valley.
U.S. Steel and Nippon Steel, the future of American steel.
Steelers football happens here. The Pittsburgh Steelers Audio Network.
Start of the fourth quarter is brought to you by Hyde Park. Thank you, Pittsburgh, for voting Hyde Park best steak in the city. So disappointing end to that drive for the Steelers, who'd scored on back-to-back drives. 28-14 as we're getting ready to begin the fourth quarter. Waitman back in punch formation. The Steelers had the ball at the 36-yard line. They're moving left to right. And back to receive is Sims, who is standing at his own 13-yard line up on the right side of the field. Ravens not really bringing any pressure as Waitman gets a snap and a high kick. It's short as Sims will come up to the 18-yard line, call the fair catch, and make the grab there. 46-yard kick, 46-yard net, so Waitman continues to have a fine night for the Steelers as we head down to Max Starks. Max?
Well, not the way you wanted to end that, guys. And let's just kind of walk through that play real quick on the last one that led to the sack of Russell Wilson. They had a full slide to the right. Overload was coming to the offensive right side of the field. So it left Jalen Warren one-on-one with Kyle Van Noy. Justin Madubuike, who was supposed to be pinned by Anderson, kind of loops out wide, and that's what leads up to the sack. So the only thing that can happen now, we are in the fourth quarter. We need some magic. We need a stolen possession here one way or another in this fourth quarter to get back into this game. Back to you guys.
Max, thank you very much. It's hard to keep this explosive Ravens offense down. Lamar Jackson gives to Henry, and Henry is not going to be held down here. Going to gallop right up the middle of the field and pick up 9 yards, close to first down territory on that first run.
That's a situation, again, where you get the duo block and you get the cutback. And the cutback was enough that the Steelers were not able to fill their run lanes, and boom, he's already galloping. That's a 9-yard gain on first down. That's way too much. They came in averaging almost 7, Kinger.
Yep, 2nd and 1. And Jackson will motion Ricard back to an I formation. He is under center. As Jackson turns and gives to Henry. Henry's hit in the backfield, and Henry is going to be dropped for a loss as Cam Hayward comes in and takes him down back at the 24-yard line.
Well, that's a great play by any player, and especially by a guy like Cam Hayward, to come off, stuff Patrick McCarry, then you come off and you stuff Patrick Ricard, the 300-pound fullback / nose tackle, and then you make the hit.
So now a 3rd and 3, and the Steelers, boy, they really need to stem the tide here and turn the Ravens back on this third down play. Jackson in the shotgun has Justice Hill to the left. 3 receivers to the right. Rashod Bateman is split to the left. Snap for Jackson. Back, he has time, stands up, throws left, and wide open is Justice Hill along the left sidelines, and he is taken out of bounds but picks up the first down out close to the 30. It was Joey Porter Jr. who came up to make the stop, but a first down for the Ravens.
Well, then again, you're way on that outside the numbers towards the sidelines. Justice Hill is hanging out there like Heath Miller used to do at the first down sticks for Ben Roethlisberger. He just hung right there, and after Jackson viewed the entirety of the play, then decided, okay, I'll just drop it over there and get the first down.
Time definitely not an ally of the Steelers. 13 minutes remaining here in this fourth quarter. Jackson gets a snap and will give off the left side, and this is going to be a pickup of about 3 yards for Henry, and wrestled down as he angled off the left side, and it'll be a 2nd and 7.
Well, you got to say one thing. Derrick Henry is just a running monster. I mean, we've seen it tonight. We've seen him. He runs in the short yardage. He runs in the big yardage, and he runs, with close contact. He's got great contact balance, and yet at the same time, he can open it up and be a sprinter and go down the middle, as we saw earlier tonight.
20 carries, 165 yards. He is a lone setback, and now the fake on the reverse and the give to Henry. Henry's going to find some room across the 45. Landon Roberts got there first, and it's going to bring up another 3rd and short, a 3rd and about 3 here for the Ravens at the 37-yard line.
Again, this is like the Ravens going to the body. It's in a boxing match. You just keep banging away. But sooner or later, that crack appears. And certainly that's one of the things that has happened tonight with the Ravens against the Steelers, is just their ability to take that banging and turn it into something big.
They're calling it 3rd and 4. It's a short 4. They're at the 37. They just have to cross the 40-yard line to pick up a first down.
Jackson has Hill to the right, 3 receivers to the right. Back to pass, looking, throws out to the right, and it is complete, and a tackle immediately made by Joey Porter Jr. That was Anthony Miller who made the grab, and he is short of a first down, short of the 40, and a very interesting decision here for the Ravens.
That was a tremendous closing tackle by Joey Porter. Yeah, Zooks, man, he jumped on him, and, you thought there's no way he's going to stop him, and he does. The nice job of slamming him to the turf.
Maybe by a foot or so. It kind of looks like a favorable spot to the Ravens, who has their offense out there, and they are set up to go for it. They get the quick snap, and they get the first down out to the 41-yard line.
Well, you had to know that was coming.
Yep, no doubt about it. It's that quarterback sneak with Mark Andrews in at the quarterback position, I believe, who is in there.
Yeah, Lamar's the cheerleader in that play. He'll stand back there and make sure he's the safety.
And he picked it up by about a foot or so. The officials are talking about something, not sure what.
No. Steelers got their work cut out for them still.
Yeah, so the official, you do have to give the team, a defensive team, if you substitute, the ability to substitute back. And the Steelers had personnel running out onto the field when the Ravens ran the ball.
Too many men on the field. Defense, the 12th player never got off. That's a 5-yard penalty from the previous spot. First down.
Well, that's adding salt to the wound.
I'm not sure why they didn't allow him to substitute. Unless perhaps they didn't substitute. Maybe they just ran with the guys they had out on the field. And the Steelers were trying to substitute, didn't get him out there. And again, when you don't score and you give the Ravens a chance to get back and start marching, they are just such a difficult offense to keep down, Wolf.
Oh, they are. They've just got so many weapons and so many tools. But, the fact that the Steelers, after just a lousy first half, have fought back to where they are, it gives you some gratification. But these guys are all professional. That's a lot of pride out there. This is the playoffs.
The Ravens have an I formation here, 10-25 and counting. Ricard is in at the fullback position as the snap and the give to Henry. Henry's hit in the backfield but shrugs through the penetration by Loudermilk. Gets back to the line of scrimmage. Is stopped by Ogunjobi and Hayward there. Picked up about a yard across the 45 to the 46.
Derrick Henry is a cutback king, man. He is one of those guys that has great eyes for the backside. Not that he doesn't bust it out on the wide zones, but fully capable of playing the bang, the bounce, or the bend to the back.
So big, so fast, and like you said, good feet to be able to make that cutback and accelerate. Yeah. Broken eye formation. Now Justice Hill is the lone setback as Ricard crabs to the left, the handoff to the right. Hill tries to cut back, and Hill is bottled up, and he is dropped for a loss. Miles Killebrew in on defense. He and Hayward were able to come up and make the stop, and a loss on the play. And again, as we get under 9.5 minutes remaining, the Steelers need a stop. They need to get the ball back. They need a couple of scores. And they have forced now a 3rd and 11 for the Ravens.
Again, this is big time to get off the field. Be nice to get a takeaway here. Strip sack, something like that. Interception thing.
And the Steelers quickly getting their personnel off the field as Jackson is in the shotgun formation. Now some confusion defensively as Jackson gets the snap. Back to pass, looking, throws underneath, and it is caught by Tylan Wallace, but Joey Porter Jr. is there. Now they're going to say incomplete. Excellent coverage by Joey Porter Jr. to knock it away. And so the clock will stop here, and the Ravens will have to punt it away at the 8:50 mark.
All right, so we got something going here. Nice job by Joey Porter Jr. following Tylan Wallace across the middle and reaching around, doing a nice job of digging that ball out. Again, showing that this young man, he's got a lot of ability. Look forward to seeing what he does in the future.
Stout back to punt. Austin waiting at his own 10-yard line. Here's the boot, end over end. And Calvin will race across to the left side of the field to the 10-yard line, steps out of a tackle, now looking for some room, cuts back to the right, finding some holes, now slithers through another hole, stays on his feet. Oh, wow. Tripped up as he gets to the 25. Oh, he was about 6 inches away from having a ton of real estate. Winds up getting a 16-yard return here
for the Steelers, who will have the ball at the 25-yard line, 8:36 in the fourth quarter remaining from M&T Bank Stadium. Steelers football continues with a score: the Ravens 28, the Steelers 14.
At McClellan's Contracting and Roofing, we're more than just roofing. From protecting your home's exterior to transforming your interior. Guided by our values of teamwork, integrity, excellence, and discipline, or as we say, TIDE, our mission is to deliver honest, transparent, and high-quality work, whether it's a roof repair, a kitchen renovation, or a whole home upgrade. If our name goes on it, we stand behind it so you can stand in it. Visit us at mcclellan'sroofing.com.
If you love mouth-watering USDA choice steaks, tender chicken, savory seafood, and tasty sandwiches served with endless fries, then roll into a Haas's Steak and Sea House near you. Enjoy their famous all-you-care-to-eat fresh soup, salad, bread, nacho, and dessert bar with 100-plus items for only $9.99 Monday through Friday, 11 to 4. That's right, $9.99, dine-in only, no other discounts apply.
Haas's Steak and Sea House. Haas's is hospitality.
It's Greg Wolfley from my friends at Clearview Federal Credit Union. The Clearview team is here to help you score your financial goals and support our community. Clearview is always upping their game for those in need. Through Touchdowns for Hope, these pros will donate $500 to the Light of Life Rescue Mission for every black and gold touchdown scored this season. Now that's what makes a real winning team. Visit clearviewfcu.org/touchdown to learn more and open an account today. That's clearviewfcu.org/touchdown.
Accidents don't happen on a schedule. They don't check to make sure it's between the hours of 9 and 5. And neither does the law firm of Edgar Snyder and Associates. They're available if you're heard at 10 p.m., 1 a.m., or on a Sunday. That's right, they're there for you 24/7. So if you've been injured and have legal questions, don't do late night searching and scrolling looking for answers. Just call Edgar Snyder and Associates at 1-800-94-EDGAR or head to edgarsnyder.com to chat online. The consultation is free, and as they always say, there's never a fee unless we get money for you.
This is your AM home of the Steelers, Fox Sports Pittsburgh.
Now here at M&T Bank Stadium, 8:36 remains. Ray Lewis came out, to a big roar here from the M&T Bank Stadium crowd. Did his Ray Lewis dance, and now he's off the field, and the teams who are playing are out there, and the Steelers have the ball at their own 25-yard line, trailing by 2 scores. Wilson in the shotgun, gets a snap, looks to the right, now rolling to the right, now he's going to keep. Crosses the 25 and edges toward the sideline out to about the 30. He's going to pick up about 5 yards in that first down scramble.
All right, that's a win on first down. We'll take it. The way things are going here, we'll take any win on any down like that. Good job by Russ. Once he cited the fact that there was nobody there with the man coverage.
And in the shotgun, throws quickly to Pickens. Pickens shrugs off Stevens. Now gets some help, does Stevens from Humphrey. And he's going to be stood up. And they blew the whistle after the ball was ripped out at the 35-yard line. Looks like it's enough for a Steelers first down, so they'll move the chains.
Well, that was a classic opportunity for a takeaway there. You get George standing him straight up. You got one guy holding on to the leg. Then you got Marlon Humphrey trying to strip the ball.
Wilson gets a snap, back to pass, looking, going to loft deep for Pickens, and Pickens comes back for the football and makes a leaping grab inside Ravens territory along the left sideline at the 38-yard line.
Are you kidding me? I mean, that was a high jump and a half. Brandon Stevens in coverage, back shoulder throw. This thing was looped up there. There was no push off.
26-yard pickup. Wilson now will come back to the left again, and this time he's just going to throw it away. As Pickens was breaking toward the middle of the field, he just threw it away toward the Steelers sideline with some pressure coming. So the Steelers will have the ball at the 38-yard line of the Ravens. 7:19 remaining and a 2nd and 10 here for Pittsburgh.
My goodness, that was just a great throw by Russ. You talk about a high arc. And to have the courage to throw that ball and for George to go up and get that, sensational.
3 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Najee Harris is to the right of Wilson in the shotgun. Communicating with the team. Clock stop, 7:19 remaining. Ravens showing some pressure, and the Steelers flinched as they did so, and it's going to cost them.
Ball start, offense number 22, 5-yard penalty, 2nd down.
Okay, that's unfortunate. Got to keep your cool, fellas. It's a point in the game where everybody's got to be locked in and staying on schedule.
Well, because of a couple of big plays here, the Steelers have plenty of time. Both teams have all 3 timeouts remaining. They need to pick up a first down here on a 2nd and 15. Ball spotted at the 43-yard line of the Ravens. 2 receivers split to each side. Wilson gets the snap. Back. Steps up. Pressure. Down. Sack back at the 50-yard line. Owe came flying in, and he has been red hot. Had 2.5 sacks against the Steelers earlier this season. Had a career-high 10 sacks and comes up with a big one here. 4th sack of the game for the Ravens, and it's a 3rd and 22 for the Steelers.
Russ didn't even have a chance to get rid of that ball. That's how fast that sack happened.
Pickens split out wide to the left. Van Jefferson wide to the right. Quick throw to Jefferson on the slant to the 43-yard line. Not going to pick up much. He's going to be tossed back after a pickup of about 7, and it's going to be 4th and 15 for the Steelers.
Well, you got no choice there. You have a slant underneath coverage. You're right in between zone windows. You've got 2 guys coming together to sandwich Van Jefferson there. He got all he can get. That's it.
6:20 remaining. Empty set backfield here for the Steelers. Wilson wants a snap. Gets it. Ravens bringing 4. Wilson throwing. Going to loft one deep towards the end zone, and it is going to be knocked away by our Darius Washington. Threw it into triple coverage trying to get Austin, and a desperation heave hits the turf here at M&T Bank Stadium, and the Ravens have come up with a defensive stop. 6:06 remains here in the 4th quarter. Steelers football continues to the score. The Ravens 28, the Steelers 14.
Okay, welcome back, Steelers fans, and it's time to get ready for another great game here in the Steel City.
Well, but first, Jim, let's take a minute to talk about the other powerhouse in town. Been the best for 47 years straight. Got the grit and strength to take on anything. Yes, sir, it's the Ford F-Series. They are the best-selling trucks in Pittsburgh and in America.
The best. Now, how about that young duo on offense? Now, that could be a powerhouse in the future.
F-150, the official truck of the Pittsburgh Steelers.
I'm Jamie Bordas. At Bordas & Bordas, we're a proud partner of the Pittsburgh Steelers. Why? We understand and share many of the same Pittsburgh values: toughness, hard work, dedication. At the end of the day, the people who count on us care about one thing: results. That drives us, and it's why we win.
Bordas & Bordas, fighting for justice.
This is Jim Rooney, and I'd like to invite you to download the audiobook of my Amazon bestseller, Different Way to Win, Dan Rooney's story from the Super Bowl to the Rooney Rule. This expanded audio edition features newly recorded conversations with Mike Tomlin, Bill Cowher, Joe Green, Franco Harris, and many more. If you're a Steelers fan, you'll love this audiobook, as you'll hear stories you haven't heard before. Get A Different Way to Win anywhere you download audiobooks, including at Amazon and Apple.
The playoff gridiron isn't the only place Steelers fans watch points pile up. They score the perks of game day at Giant Eagle, Market District, and Get-Go, too. Ready-to-eat prepared foods, everyday value from our family of brands. A fresh selection of thrills every foodie, fuel savings, and convenient favorites are all game day traditions. Earn perks and save on game day and every day at Giant Eagle, Market District, and Get-Go. Giant Eagle, the official supermarket of the Pittsburgh Steelers.
We bleed black and gold. This is the Pittsburgh Steelers Audio Network.
The Russell Wilson 4th down incompletion was the Northwest switch of possession play. Listen to Michelle Michaels Monday for the cue to call in. Tell her the Northwest Bank switch of possession play and win a $100 Visa gift card courtesy of Northwest Bank, the team that brings you the next way to save like a champion. Go to northwest.com, Northwest Bank, for what's next. So 6:06 remains in the 4th quarter. Steelers have all 3 of their timeouts. For that matter, so do the Ravens, who have just turned the ball over on downs. And now pistol formation. Lamar Jackson brings Sims in motion left to right. Will hand left to Henry. And Henry is going to be hit by Patrick Queen right around the 45-yard line. A pickup of about 3 will bring up a 2nd and call it 8 for the Ravens.
And you had to know that was coming.
Right.
I mean... There's just no doubt. This is what it's going to be. Can you just stop Derrick Henry here in the final couple minutes? Now you got to be ball searching like crazy. You got to be doing everything you can to wrest that ball loose. You know, it's such a hard position to be in because you know that the Ravens are just going to do what they're doing right now, and that's loading up heavy.
And milking the clock, and now the keep by Jackson, and Jackson's going to get to the left side, and Jackson's going to cross midfield and is going to tumble down close to first down yardage. So once again, put it in the belly, took it out, and the Steelers, who have been so good, Wolf, over the years on containing that play with Lamar Jackson, have just not had any answers.
Yes, it hasn't been good tonight, that's for sure. You know, and they've just not had an answer for it.
Third and about a foot. Lamar Jackson, 13 carries, 77 yards for the Ravens. MVP chant starting, and now the Ravens want the crowd to quiet it down so they can get this play called on a third and about a foot. And Jackson gets a snap, heads off the right side, had some lead blockers, crosses the 45, down to the 44-yard line of the Steelers, and that's a first down.
Really surprised that we're seeing Lamar Jackson handling the ball and running with it on 3rd and 1s and so forth here at this late stage in the game. You know, I don't know. I mean, it's just surprising to me that you would, you know, risk some sort of injury at some point here.
Well, he's, as you said, and we've talked about this many times, he is a tough guy.
He is a tough guy.
He's bigger than he looks, he's stronger than he looks, and he's tough.
But he's also been injured, too.
Yeah.
You know, in the past, so I just find that surprising.
Pistol formation as we reach the 4-minute mark. Snap, give, Henry left side. Henry gets a good line surge. Finally, Loudermilk is able to wrestle him down at the 40, a pickup of about 3 yards, brings up a 2nd and 7.
And it's just a slugging match right now. This is heavy personnel for the Ravens and handing off to Derrick Henry and letting him do what he can do.
Henry, 24 carries, 174 yards. That's 7.3 yards a carry and 2 touchdowns. So as you would think, if they can come up with a stop here, would perhaps think about using their first of 3 timeouts.
And, you know, they're going to take their time, too.
3 on the play clock as Jackson gets a snap. Wants to throw, back to pass, looking, throws out to the right flat to Andrews, who makes a diving grab, and then they don't touch him on the ground, and he gets up, and he's able to pick up another yard, and instead of a 3rd and 2, now it's going to be a 3rd and 1 as Patrick Queen touches him down, and there's a hold down on the Steelers defense anyway, so this is really not going to matter.
Number 24. A 5-yard penalty from the previous spot, automatic first down.
And that's on Joey Porter Jr., and it comes with 3:03 remaining, and the Ravens will pick up a first down.
Well, when it rains, it pours.
Ravens just going to bring some heavy personnel out there and continue to slug it at the Steelers defense.
You know, it's interesting watching Pat Queen on Mark Andrews. He was letting Andrews get up so he could try to take a whack at punching the ball out.
Jackson under center will pitch to Henry. Henry off the right side. Henry cuts up the middle of the field, and Henry barrels down close to the 25-yard line. They're going to mark him down at the 26. Another 8-yard pickup for Henry.
My goodness, you got that wide pitch, and he's running front side. Then all of a sudden, he just makes that cut, and he gets north and south, and that is a locomotive coming at you.
Keanu Benton was able to chase him down and make the stop. And Justice Hill is now checked into the game. He's the running back on this 2nd and 1 from the 26. Jackson again taking his time. 2:32 on the play clock. On the game clock, rather, as he gets the handoff, goes to Hill off the left side, and Hill is going to pick up first down yardage down to the 23-yard line. And unless the Steelers use a timeout, that's going to be the final play before the 2-minute warning. And it looks like they won't use one here. And the crowd is, again, back into it, back enjoying themselves as the Ravens are cruising towards a first-round playoff victory. Now it's time for the 2-minute warning, brought to you by Giant Eagle. Giant Eagle is proud to bring freshness, quality, and value to Steelers Nation. Visit your neighborhood store or order online with curbside pickup and delivery. With a score of the Ravens 28, the Steelers 14. This is the Pittsburgh Steelers Audio Network.
The playoff gridiron isn't the only place Steelers fans watch points pile up. They score the perks of game day at Giant Eagle, Market District, and Get-Go, too. Ready-to-eat prepared foods, everyday value from our family of brands. A fresh selection of thrills every foodie, fuel savings, and convenient favorites are all game day traditions. Earn perks and save on game day and every day at Giant Eagle, Market District, and Get-Go. Giant Eagle, the official supermarket of the Pittsburgh Steelers.
For an extraordinary advantage in sports, you need a game plan. For an extraordinary advantage everywhere else, all you need is Acrisure. With a high-tech human approach to insurance, cybersecurity, and more, Acrisure helps you take care of what you care about. That makes winning easy. See what Acrissure's extraordinary advantage can do for you at acrisure.com.
This is Jim Rooney, and I'd like to invite you to download the audiobook of my Amazon bestseller, Different Way to Win, Dan Rooney's story from the Super Bowl to the Rooney Rule. This expanded audio edition features newly recorded conversations with Mike Tomlin, Bill Cowher, Joe Green, Franco Harris, and many more. If you're a Steelers fan, you'll love this audiobook, as you'll hear stories you haven't heard before. Get A Different Way to Win anywhere you download audiobooks, including at Amazon and Apple.
For the last 47 years in a row, Ford F-Series have been America's best-selling trucks. The trucks that move mountains also move trailers, wood piles, and snowdrifts, work days and weekends, job sites and campsites. F-150 and Super Duty never stop working, just like you. Ford F-150, official truck of the Pittsburgh Steelers and Pittsburgh's best-selling trucks.
Steelers football happens here. The Pittsburgh Steelers Audio Network.
It's a 2-minute warning here at M&T Bank Stadium. Ball's at the 23-yard line of the Steelers. The Ravens have marched down the field, getting ready to begin the last couple minutes of this game. The Steelers have all 3 timeouts remaining. We'll see whether they will elect to use those or not. The Ravens are within short field goal range here for Justin Tucker. Hill is in the game. Henry is checked out of the game. I don't know whether we'll see him again. You would suspect not. If we have seen the last of him in this game, 25 carries, 182 yards, 7.3 yards per carry.
Well, what did Mike Tomlin say before the game? If you can't stop the run, you can't win.
Well, 454 yards of total offense, and 289 of them have come on the ground. Here's the handoff to Justice Hill. He'll add to that total as he spins across the 20, gets down to the 18-yard line. And the Steelers will use the first of their 3 remaining timeouts. Miles Killaroo came up with a stop. The ball's at the 18-yard line. It'll be a 2nd and 5. 1:54 remaining in the fourth when we continue with a score. The Ravens 28, the Steelers 14. This is the Pittsburgh Steelers Audio Network.
Welcome to Irvin Works, just one of 3 U.S. steel plants here in the Mon Valley.
That's union steelworking veteran Mark Schuler talking about the place he has worked for 29 years.
I'm 4th generation steel, and I'd like it to remain here.
And approving Nippon Steel's partnership with U.S. Steel is what these plants need to keep running. It's not just unionized workers. It's also the towns they live and work in that need the deal to go through.
Towns like ours depend on these plants.
That's a former union worker and current mayor of Clairton, Rich Latanzi. Towns like his and others in our region will all benefit from the partnership. Here's 44-year union veteran Andy Macy.
Nippon Steel has committed $1 billion in upgrades for the Mon Valley alone.
Keeping U.S. Steel in the Mon Valley keeps union jobs in the Mon Valley.
U.S. Steel and Nippon Steel, the future of American steel.
As the temperatures drop, the winter home preparations begin. Get all the materials you need at your local 84 Lumber. From lumber and roofing supplies to insulation, windows, and doors, 84 Lumber is here to help you prepare your home for the cold weather in Pittsburgh this season. Their experienced team is ready to bring you the personalized service you deserve and the quality products you expect from your hometown building partner. 84 Lumber has 14 Pittsburgh area locations. To find the location nearest you, visit 84lumber.com and let's get building together.
You want the best. UPMC Health Plan is ranked number 1 in member satisfaction among commercial plans in Pennsylvania by J.D. Power. With UPMC Health Plan, you get access to UPMC doctors and hospitals, local community care, and a national network for travel outside the UPMC service area, plus 24/7 access to virtual urgent care services through UPMC Anywhere Care. When you're given a choice for health insurance, choose the best. Choose UPMC Health Plan. For J.D. Power 2024 award information, visit jdpower.com/awards.
Your home for the Steelers. This is the Pittsburgh Steelers Audio Network.
Here at M&T Bank Stadium, 28-14. The Ravens have the lead. They have the ball with 1:54 remaining. A 2nd and 5 from the Steelers 18, waiting for the TV timeout to clear and for play to resume. And, of course, the Ravens, well, if you've been in this position, they are looking to run it out here and not have to bring out the field goal unit as Derrick Henry is checked back into the game. Lamar Jackson gets a snap, gives to Henry off the left side, and he just slams it straight up, and he's going to get down very, very close to first down yardage.
You know, one of the things that is remarkable about Derrick Henry, he's running just as hard now as he did in the first quarter.
Well, we saw, when you think about Jerome Bettis, what a wearing effect he has when you're out there all game.
And it wears on you mentally as well. You know, for all the guys having to come out there and you've got to do battle with that guy running up on you, and he's a beast. You know, he's capable of putting a lot of power and packing a lot of punch into, you know, you trying to tackle him is, you know, I can't, it's like trying to, you know, grab a small moving car.
Right.
You know.
And you're trying to attack him, and yet you can't over-attack because if Lamar pulls it out of his belly.
Oh, yeah.
And you're racing to stop Henry.
There's so much with the RPO, with the option read, everything.
It's the first offense in NFL history to have 4,000 passing yards and 3,000 rushing yards.
Yeah.
They are just a handful. And now the sneak set up and a first down here for the Ravens, and that is going to do it. Steelers have one timeout left, but no sense in using it as they can't come up with a stop. And the Ravens will be moving on in the playoffs. And the Steelers will be going home and, again, still looking for an elusive playoff victory. It's been too long here for the Steelers in the postseason.
It's just a shame. You know, I had a good feeling about tonight. Thought that they'd be a better representative of themselves. They got behind early, and it's difficult to win in a place like this and come from behind when you've got such a 1-2 punch as Lamar Jackson and Derrick Henry.
Now Harbaugh saying it's okay for the crowd to cheer, and they're responding to that as he waves his arms up, and the crowd here at M&T Bank Stadium cheering along. Victory position here for Lamar Jackson. They only have to snap it one more time. Lamar is waiting. Looks up at the clock, sees that there's 16 in the play clock, 15. And the MVP chance continuing back up here for Lamar, who gets a snap, takes a knee, and that is going to do it. 25 seconds left on the clock, but no play needs to be run. The two teams are jogging in the case of the Ravens and walking somewhat dejectedly in the case of the Steelers toward midfield to congratulate each other after an AFC North showdown that sees the Ravens send the Steelers to a 5th consecutive defeat, and a quick playoff exit. 28-14 is the final. Brought to you by your neighborhood Ford store. The F-150 is the official truck of the Pittsburgh Steelers. Stay tuned for Steelers' first reaction and the Mike Tomlin postgame press conference. You're listening to the Pittsburgh Steelers Audio Network.
The Pittsburgh Steelers Audio Network proudly presents Steelers Football 2024. Brought to you in part by 84 Lumber, a dynasty partner of the Pittsburgh Steelers. By Always Safe Flagging and Traffic Control, making traffic safe again. Call 412-301-2300 or visit us online at awsafe.net for a quote today. By Bet365. Whatever the sport, whatever the moment, it's never ordinary at Bet365. By Bordis & Bordis, fighting for justice. By Bud Light. Easy to drink, easy to enjoy. By South Hills Jeep, celebrating 50 years in the South Hills. By Clearview Federal Credit Union. Get the financial answers you need. And by Columbia Gas. Programs available to help eligible customers with energy bills. We are here to help.
Well, 28-14 is the final, and Wolf, the Steelers had lost 4 games in a row to conclude the regular season, and yet we saw Houston had stumbled in, having lost 2 or 3. We brought up, the Ravens, the year they won the Super Bowl, they lost 4 of their last 5. I expected this game to be much closer, and yet the Ravens raced out to an early lead, and the Steelers, forced to play catch-up. There were moments in the second half where it looked like they were right back in it, and it just didn't happen for them.
It didn't happen indeed. And again, I go back to what Mike Tomlin had been saying earlier in the week and then before the game. It talked about the fact if you can't stop the run, you cannot win. And they were not able to do that. And that was one of the things that, I was worried about coming in, but I really thought that if we got our offense untracked, that I felt like if, the defense was able to do their job the best that they're able to, we would find some way to mitigate those things and be able to control what the damage processing would be when you have somebody like Derrick Henry running like a wild stallion. The fact is, when the run was just always there all night long.
It was. Let's go downstairs to Max Starks to get his thoughts on this disappointing conclusion to the season. Max?
All right, guys. Not a lot can be said about this. This is not the way we intended this to end. But, let's also be real right now. Let's peel back the onion, right? Let's peel back the curtain. We saw where the trend was going. And to have a slow start, to get shut out in the first half, to have, the momentum not going your direction, at all. And yes, we could talk about having a hero's welcome and everything else, but really, in actuality, knowing this team as well as we do, you needed to come out with something at the end of that first half. And it was going to be an uphill battle. It was going to be tough. It was going to be a rough situation to have to climb back into it. You needed magic. You needed consistency. And we saw it in spurts, but that's kind of what this season's been. It's been consistency in spurts, needing all 3 phases to kick in together all at the same time. We just hadn't gotten it. And that's the sobering reality of it, and we could talk about motivation, focus, players, everything else, blah, 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 blah. But at the end of the day, for everybody, you've got to kick in. You've got to do your job consistently. And I think for this squad, this is a long, bitter offseason pill to swallow until next year. You lost to your division foe 2 critical times where you could have put them away. One for a T-shirt and hat for the division, and another one coming in to advance into the playoffs. We talked about that 1-0 mentality, and they just never quite shook it off of them from that moment. And I think that's one of the biggest things that's kind of disappointing, because you saw it at moments and in certain individuals, then other ones that just didn't quite come as a team effort. And, I feel bad for TJ Watt. I feel bad for Cam Hayward. I feel bad for the guys who poured everything into it, fought through. Cam came off the field, evaluated for a head injury, and got back in this game to make sure he was giving it his all. He didn't want to miss a moment to be side to side with his teammates. I appreciate the efforts of Zach Frazier. I appreciate, the efforts of Najee. I appreciate the efforts of Pat Freiermuth. I appreciate all the guys that tried to kick their hands in and try and do what it could. But, at the end of the day, it just didn't come through quite as we wanted it to. For Justin Fields, I would have loved to have seen him a little bit more in this game than the 2 times I did, with the potential for a third. I would have loved to have seen, the ball get to Darnell Washington above his ankles. I would have loved to have seen Connor Hayward on that long pass situation get the ball in the short dump off, because he was right near the sticks and had nobody within a 5-yard radius of him. I'd love to have seen what it would have taken to get that drive alive, but once again, shoulda, coulda, woulda. And of course the Steelers, end up short again in the wild card round of the playoffs. It's a tough one, but you know what? This team is resilient. This team has good bones. Now we just got to go renovate the house again. I mean, that's what the offseason is about. There's a lot of key free agents this offseason. Decisions will be made. Moves will be made as well in this process. That's what this game is. This game denotes and
Jerry,
gets justice.
They get it done without Zay Flowers, and time will tell after the game tomorrow between Denver and Buffalo who Baltimore will face. But hopefully they can get another piece of this offense back in Zay Flowers for the divisional round.
You certainly hope that. There's no way of telling since he didn't practice at all this week. Obviously wasn't available tonight. It's a huge thing. I thought the Ravens did a great job offensively spreading the ball out tonight. But the deeper you go in the playoffs, the more you're going to need your big playmakers. And in the receiving game, nobody's bigger in big plays right now than, of course, Zay Flowers. And what that happens, too, is Rashod Bateman did a great job tonight stepping up into the number one receiver role. But when you have Bateman and Flowers and Mark Andrews and Isaiah Likely, you put so much pressure on the secondary. They can't double cover everybody. They can't take everybody away. Without Zay Flowers, it's a little easier for the coordinators to pinpoint which members of the passing game you don't want to beat you. So that's why you have to hope Zay Flowers can come back, because he brings so much to this offense.
And Rod, finally, I'll just ask you from a player's perspective. The Ravens have won. Now they're sitting back and waiting. They don't know who they're going to face just yet. How would you take it in the next day? Or are you just resting up here because the playoffs are full in swing and you're going to get back at it soon?
Yeah, I mean, it's obviously they're going to watch. But I would think in their heads they don't care who they play. They can beat any team that's left in the postseason as long as they played their best football. And for them, they want to have an opportunity to move on. They're moving on because they played a great football game today. And if they can win one more, you're in the AFC Championship game.
Yeah. Right back where we were a year ago, and I'm sure everybody in Baltimore wants a shot at that. Jerry and Rod, appreciate it. We'll hope to hear from you as we continue through the postseason, but we'll definitely hear you next week.
Sounds good, Nick. Thank you.
Thank you.
That is the voice of the Ravens, Jerry Sandusky, the Hall of Famer Rod Woodson. Baltimore wins 28-14. You're listening to the Ravens Game Day Network.
You are listening to The Locker Room Show, presented by Rice Murtha Pesaurus. Best advice. Call Rice, your official injury lawyers. Rice Murtha Pesaurus on the Ravens Game Day Network.
Ravens Nation. Hurt in an accident? Don't worry. Hiring a team of lawyers is easy with Rice Murtha Pesaurus. I'm attorney Randolph Rice, and with just one phone call, you're set. No need to leave your home. It's fast, too. We start working on your case today. And remember, it costs you nothing out of pocket. We only get paid when we win your case. That's our promise to you. 3 reasons to choose us and 3 names to remember. Best advice? Call Rice.
Rice Murtha Pesaurus, your official injury lawyers.
Hey Ravens fans, feel that thirst for victory? Quench it with Baltimore's finest, a cold Guilford craft beer. Exciting news, Guilford Hall beer is now available in the Ravens Stadium. Our Baltimore Pilsner will be available at all kiosks, and make sure to bring your flock up to the brand new Gilly Nest Bar by Section 505 on game day for all the thirst-quenching Guilford offerings. And after the game, head to Maryland Yards, right across the street from Camden Yards, or visit our brewery and restaurant in Station North, just 2 blocks east of Penn Station. Cheers to victory.
For 20 years, the Ravens have chosen MedStar Health as their medical team, trusting us to provide winning care on and off the field. We're proud to be the team behind your team for every training camp, every game, and every playoff run, every time. So why do the Ravens and the flock trust MedStar Health? Because after 20 years together, there's nothing we can't tackle. MedStar Health, it's how we treat people.
Hey Baltimore, get ready for the Ravens season with Lido Pizza's new football deal. Get a famously fresh, square 18-inch Lido pizza with 1 topping and 12 jumbo wings for only $39.99. Founded in Maryland in 1955, Lido Pizza is a proud partner of the Baltimore Ravens. Place your order online today at LidoPizza.com. And remember, Lido Pizza never cuts corners. LidoPizza.com.
The Maryland Mortgage Program is making home ownership affordable. We offer home loans with down payment assistance, student debt relief, and more. Visit mmp.maryland.gov to learn more.
The Locker Room Show continues, presented by Rice Murtha Pesaurus. Best advice, call Rice, your official injury lawyers. Rice Murtha Pesaurus on the Ravens Game Day Network.
Russell Wilson wants to throw, being flushed out of the pocket, running left, sack! Back at the 34-yard line, Nnamdi Madubuike with a huge play, and he'll force the punt team on for the Steelers.
Yeah, that big sack by Nnamdi Madubuike is brought to you by Constellation. As Baltimore Ravens' official clean energy provider, Constellation is proud to support another year of Sacks for Science. For each sack made by the Ravens defense during the 2024 season, Constellation will send a school group to visit the Maryland Science Center. One lucky school group will win the grand prize of behind-the-scenes tour of M&T Bank Stadium with a special guest. To learn how your school can be a part of Sacks for Science program, visit BaltimoreRavens.com/Sacks for Science. Ravens tallied 4 sacks today of Russell Wilson. That brings them up to 58 on the current season. Ravens win 28-14 over the Pittsburgh Steelers. They advance to the divisional round in the 2024-2025 NFL postseason. Still to come, the head coach, John Harbaugh, speaks. You're listening to the Ravens Game Day Network.
You are listening to The Locker Room Show, presented by Rice Murtha Pesaurus. Best advice, call Rice, your official injury lawyers. Rice Murtha Pesaurus on the Ravens Game Day Network.
Tony here for Window Nation. With heating costs rising faster than your Commanders in the end-of-season power rankings, your best bet is to replace your cold, drafty windows with energy-efficient ones from Window Nation. Act now, you're going to save big with 50% off all window styles. Plus, you could get 0 interest with 0 payments for 2 years. With an A+ rating from the Better Business Bureau, you can trust Window Nation to secure that W before the final drive. Sale ends January 31st, so schedule your free in-home consult now at 866-90-NATION or visit windownation.com.
There are places, people, and conditions in this world that almost seem beyond hope. But not when mercy ships